injury clinic on Saturday mornings throughout the fall. No appointment is needed. You can just show up from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That's on Saturdays, August 18th through October 20th. That's the Sports Injury Clinic, provided by Methodist Jenny Edmondson.
All right, hello everyone. This is Nick Stavis live from Ram Memorial Field on this hot and muggy night here in Glenwood, Iowa. It is week 2 of the high school football season, and we are bringing you a Class 3A matchup here on GlenwoodSports.com as the Glenwood Rams play host to the Bishop Heelan Crusaders of Sioux City. Heelan is a team that is brand new to Glenwood's schedule this season, as the two 1-0 squads will face off in a non-district contest here tonight. The 10th-ranked Crusaders are coming off a 7-3 record in 2017, and they showed no signs of rust last week as they blew out Sioux City East in their season opener 44-0. Heelan was led by a standout performance by senior running back Tommy Schiltz as he ran for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Glenwood defense will need to be on the top of its game tonight in order to stop the Heelan rushing attack. That said, Glenwood was borderline fantastic on the defensive side last week as they held the Tigers to just under 180 yards of offense. The Rams escaped Carroll with a close 17-14 nail-biter win that came down to a game-winning field goal by junior Alex Nusser. The Rams turned the ball over 4 times and had a lot of penalties, and they'll need to clean that up tonight if they want to come away with a win over the top 10 Sioux City Heelan Crusaders. All right, hello everyone. I am here with Zach Blunt tonight, alongside me on GlenwoodSports.com. Zach, it's good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've been on GlenwoodSports.com, and I'm sure that people might somewhat recognize my voice, but probably not. But been outside of Glenwood for the past couple of years, and I graduated in 2012, and during that time the Rams weren't good. So coming back to Glenwood and seeing exactly just how Coach Foss has built this program has been amazing to see from a distance. Now, something that you mentioned, and we talked about this before we came on, was that Carroll game last week between the Rams and Carroll and 17-14, and you mentioned that an all-new offensive line for the Rams as they graduated just about everyone. And judging by how, the Bishop Heelan attacked last week, the team they played, and shut them out, this is going to be kind of, reliant on how they can do with this new offensive line. Game 1, they only scored 17 points. But again, huge improvement typically between games 1 and 2. So, we'll see if this happens.
One of the things Coach Foss mentioned in his interview with KMA Land earlier in the week, he talked about the special teams last week. The Rams had a very low punting total yardage. I believe they only averaged about 30 yards a punt. Coach Foss has said that they had to have tremendous improvements in the special teams. They fumbled a punt that led to a Carroll score deep in their own territory. So, Zach, can you just talk about, especially on a windy night like this, how important special teams are in a game that looks on paper to be pretty close?
Exactly. Special teams is very important because if you get in those situations where you need your punter to bomb a long one, judging on how the wind is, you can pin them pretty good if you get the wind out your back and you judge, but you can't make those penalties. Well, I mean, not penalties, but mistakes, whether that's a fumble that could give up a score, because depending on where you were, that could come back and bite you. Whether it's, you're going to drive them way back and your leg is looking good, but give it up, or it could be, top of my head is something kind of like what happened years ago between Michigan and Michigan State, where it's just a cacophony of airs and you have that Benny Hill music playing in the background and they give up the score. So you definitely want to have your special teams clicking as far as sticking your opponent in a very bad position for them, so that way when you make them punt it away, you can put yourself in the best situation.
An injury this week happened earlier in the week. Sophomore Silas Bales, who had a 60-yard pick six that helped lift the Rams over the Carroll Tigers last week. He broke his ankle earlier. I believe it was Tuesday in practice, so he is done for the season. Zach, can you just talk a little bit about, with the new guy in the backfield, the defensive backfield, how important it is for the Rams to not only be strong in the secondary, but also up front against a Heelan attack that seems to be mainly leaning on the rushing attack?
Well, when you have a defender go out that's been part at least a year or two in the program, understands how everything works as far as the game goes, having that go no matter what level, whether it's at the middle school, high school, college, pro, you have someone like that gone, it can really mess with you tremendously. However, hopefully his teammates will come in and say, hey, watch for this. Do what you need to do, and don't try to exert yourself or do too much that can lead to extra mistakes. Whether that's, instead of just simply swatting a ball away, you try to go for an interception, but you get blown on it, completely whiff it, and you give up a huge gain.
Right. So we've talked about special teams, we've talked about defense. Let's hit the one more we're missing here, offense for the Rams. Like I said earlier, they had 3 offensive turnovers, but their rushing attack was working. The senior running backs, who were anticipated to be, some of the best running backs in the district this year, and Noah Carter and Cooper Silvius combined for almost 200 yards. Noah Carter had 112 on his own. So can you just talk a little bit about how the Rams are going to have to attack this Heelan D, relying heavily on the run game?
Well, looking at our notes that we have in front of us, there's one thing that really catches my eye looking at Noah Carter. 5.8 yards a carry. That's almost a first down essentially every other play. So that just proves how much of an issue it could be trying to stop him. Meanwhile, Cooper Silvis, 17 carries, 66 yards and a touchdown, about 4 yards a carry. Still good and can still get you, ideally, a first down if you just run the ball 3 times. We'll see how the Heelan defense, though, does at stopping that, because it's only one game. You only have one game to gauge. It could be completely different, judging how everyone looked at tape and how to attack each other going into this game.
Yeah, can obviously you've watched a lot of football. You've covered a lot of football. Can you talk about early season games? I mean, we're here in week 2. Like you just said, we've only watched one game. Each of these teams have only played one game this season. The big changes that can happen from one season to the next. Can you talk about early season games and kind of how teams approach those?
Well, generally, when you have that first game, that's just getting that first game out of the way. You definitely want to try to get a W, but you're seeing how your team will do. Going to that second game is where you know exactly what you have, or at least a better idea of what you have and how to attack. Now, looking at opponent, you have only one game to look at. However, if you have a lot of guys returning, that gives you more film where you can look back and see exactly what they did last year and see if that trend continues, especially if they have the same players in that spot. Now, something that you mentioned is a new offensive coordinator this year, which when I was Coach Foss's first year, I was so used to seeing the Georgia Tech flex cone, maybe sometimes to bring out the pistol. But this could be a funky look at them because it's really not a formation that teams use a lot anymore. I mentioned that down in Maryville, where I spent the last couple of years, they used a wing T, a formation you don't do. And you know what happened? They dominated with that formation. You just line up with 3 backfield and you just run through everyone. So we'll see how the Rams can, decipher that tape looking at the first game of Bishop Heelan's season, but also what they saw last year, maybe some extra prep going into this game.
All right, so we are about 5 minutes from kickoff here. The band is on the field. We're going to take a short break here on GlenwoodSports.com, but come right back as we are just about set to kick off this 3A matchup between Glenwood and Bishop Heelan.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com, or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at glenwoodstatebank.com or give them a call at 712-527-3157. Looking for a spot to store all your goods? Well, contact Iowa Storage here in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood, Iowa Storage is located at 50619 220th Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. They offer multiple sizes of storage units along with outdoor concrete storage. Give them a call today at 712-527-3311 and reserve your unit today at Iowa Storage. Are you in need of a new or used vehicle? Then head over to Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Take the new bridge over and talk with Glenwood's Dave Wilson at 402-296-3210 for your next new or used vehicle. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is located in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. No matter who you are, they have your car at Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Check out their line of vehicles and more at jeffhenrychevrolet.com. Jim Hughes Real Estate is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 410 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking to buy, sell, or rent a house? Well, look no further than Glenwood's very own Jim Hughes Real Estate. You can contact Jim Hughes Real Estate at 712-527-3114 or visit their website at jimhughesrealestate.com. Looking for a place to get your dog groomed? Well, stop by Sharp Street Groomers, located at 102 South Walnut, here on the town square in Glenwood, Iowa. Sharp Street Groomers is a place for your dog to get pampered. Whether your dog needs nail trim, bath, cut, or furminated, stop by or give them a call at 712-527-5553. Sharp Street Groomers, we take all shapes and sizes. State Farm Insurance with Marty Stavas is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. State Farm Insurance is located at 10 North Locust here in Glenwood, Iowa.
We are back here on GlenwoodSports.com as we are just about set to kick off, under a minute to go until the coin toss here in Ram Memorial Field, and we will go to Zach here really quick for a weather report here in Glenwood.
80 degrees currently here at Ram Memorial Field. Feel like of 84, so definitely, that mugginess is going to kick in. And chance of rain picking up later, but hopefully that stays off until after today's game.
All right, so the captains going out onto the field. Our captains tonight, number 61, Blake Raymond, number 20, Cooper Silvius, number 15, Ryan Leaf, and number 14, Brett Maurer. Brett Maurer, a bit of a story. He had an injury last week, did not play against Carroll. He is a big part of that Glenwood defense. He started all last year at linebacker. He is back tonight and ready to go on that Glenwood defense.
At this time, we will turn the microphone over to head referee Ron Greger for our coin toss.
So the Rams come into this game with a 1-0 record. Let's look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. For Glenwood on the offense, at quarterback number 1, the junior Zach Carr. At running back, number 32, the senior Noah Carter. Also at running back, number 20, the senior Cooper Silvius. At wide receiver / running back, number 16, Colton Schutte. Wide receivers are Ryan Bloom and John Palmer. Tight end is Parker Sell. Tackles on the line for the Rams, Logan Fornoff and Noah Clark. At guards for the Glenwood offensive line will be Dylan Hopp and Colton Eckhart. Doing the snapping duties at center for Glenwood tonight will be Connor Peterson, and the doing all kicking duties tonight will be the junior Alex Nusser. On the defensive side for Glenwood, that corners the seniors Ben Berkey and Ryan Lee. Back at safety, John Lee and Brock Smith. The linebackers for Glenwood tonight will be Brett Maurer, Eli Bales. Defensive ends, Cole Mayberry and Noah Carter. Defensive tackles up front for the Rams, Greg Topetti and Parker Sell. And the Rams are just about ready to go here as we bring you Class 3A football here on GlenwoodSports.com. It is week 2 on a beautiful night here from Glenwood. Zach, I'm excited. How about you?
I am so excited. This is my first, mentioned it earlier in the open, this is my first Ram game I've been to in quite a while, so distance makes the heart grow fonder, is that the phrase?
Something like that.
Yeah, close enough. If it is not, I winged it and I nailed it at least somewhat.
All right, so it looks like the Rams will be kicking off tonight to start the game. What does that tell us here as the Rams will be kicking it to Heelan tonight?
Well, it looks like they're going to be confident about how their defense will attack first, and regardless, they should get the ball back to start the second half.
So the junior Alex Newser, who nailed a 27-yard field goal with under a minute to go last week to send the Rams out of Carroll with a win, he will be kicking off the opening kickoff here for Glenwood.
Looks like Drew Olson back to receive for Bishop Heelan.
So here we go, packed house here at Ram Memorial Field on both sides. Student sections hopping, and we are ready to go. Newser with the kickoff there. And it looks like Olson will take it at about the 15-yard line. Olson has it out across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Olson with a nice return down across the 40 to the 41. A nice return there. And Heelan will set up shop. The baby powder has been lifted, so if you're seeing some smoke-looking substance going across your screen, it is a whiteout here in Glenwood, and the student section just threw baby powder up in the air.
Well, there's a lot of LeBron James going on in the crowd right now. It's been like that since I've been in school.
All right, so Heelan will come out 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. It's going to be the quarterback, Brent Hogue. Hogue takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Now fires it across the middle. 45, 50, 45, 40. Down inside Glenwood territory to the 37-yard line. And that looks like Walker on the reception there for Heelan. A big first play. Quick hitter there for the Crusaders.
That's a great way to start a game. Just get that quick hit. Just crush right through the center of that defense. So we'll see how much momentum they can carry, because that puts them in, Ram territory pretty early.
So Heelan comes out with 4 wide receivers. In the shotgun is Hogue. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff to Schultz. Now fires it across the middle of the same man as he gets down inside the 30. A nice another little quick hitter slant route off the play action as he gets down to about the 26-yard line. And that's two of those same plays we've seen work twice in a row to start this game.
Yeah, it looks like what they did is call the exact same play, but what they did is switch the slot guys. So that way you had that number 15 there, Deontay Walker, switch here to the near side of us.
So now we have the same formation here, 4 wide for Hogue. Hogue takes the snap from the shotgun, high snap, he handles it, gets it to the outside. This is across the 20, inside the 15, and he's brought down by John Lee at the 13-yard line. That is number 19, Dawson Fenton on the reception, a 6'2", 210-pound. He's a big guy out there, Zach.
He is, and especially how the safeties played, well, not safeties, the secondary played off the line on that, allowed him to get wide open underneath and get that huge yardage to get another first down, especially in red zone territory.
So Crusaders spreading the field here early on this first drive. The snap is in the handoff up the middle to Schultz. Schultz has some room. Schultz down inside the 10, down to the 5. He's close to the goal line, and he will be tackled right at the 1-yard line. So we see 3 quick passes, and now Tommy Schultz, the guy we said we need to watch out for, he had 130 yards last week. His first carry is down to about the 1-yard line, and Heelan is ready to strike first.
Yeah, not a good thing if you're the Ram defense, allowing, not only yards, but huge gains.
High formation here for Hogue under center. Tight end goes in motion. Hogue takes the snap, hands it up the middle to Schultz. Schultz is not going to, it's going to be close, and he did. He got it across the goal line, and he is in. So 5 quick plays, Zach, and Heelan is in the end zone for the first touchdown. They ran 5 plays in about a minute and 20 seconds to put the first points on the board.
And it wasn't, a spread, no huddle. It was just get the play quick, run it up, and just gouge the defense. So if you're a Ram fan, that's kind of not an encouraging first drive, but we'll see how things progress. It looks like they have someone coming on late.
So Schultz came in, to run the ball there on those last 2 plays, but, we expected them to kind of go through him on offense, and then all of a sudden they come out and 4 quick passes, and they're all the way inside the 15-yard line. What does that tell us about maybe Heelan's scheme coming into this game?
They love to run the RPOs.
Oh! Blocked PAT there. The PAT is blocked by number 4, Ben Berkey, the senior defensive back. So Glenwood with a little bit of silver lining of that drive as they are able to knock the PAT away. And with 10:36 to go here in the first quarter, 6-0, Heelan has the lead.
A lot of good things for Heelan happened, but bad things for the Rams on that first drive. However, at least there was something good to happen on that blocked PAT. So that gives Glenwood an opportunity if to take the lead they can drive the ball down the field on this next on their first offensive possession.
So with an injured defensive back in Silas Bales, it looked like Heelan tried to go right at that defensive secondary with some play action and some quick hitters out in the flats and, short across the middle, and they're able to strike first as they take a 6-0 lead, and now they will kick it off.
Quick start to this game here in Glenwood tonight.
It's going to be number 9, Jesus Pena, to kick off for Heelan. Number 20, Cooper Silvius, and number 2, John Palmer, are back to receive the kick for the Rams. And there's the kick. Low line drive, and it is going to be a deep one. Lands all the way back at the goal line and bounces into the end zone. So a beautiful kick there from Pena, and that will be a touchback as the Rams offense will come out, led by the junior quarterback, Zach Carr. Last year he played all cornerback on the defensive side of the ball. This year they move him over to quarterback. He has some experience under center at his old school, West Des Moines Valley. He transferred his freshman year, and now he's doing the quarterbacking duties for the Rams.
Yeah, well, he turns out doing quarterback duty in a nice Glenwood uniform.
So here come the Rams split back offense. They line up in that single file line, and now they run to the line really fast. And Carr snaps the ball. The first carry is going to, it's going to be a play action as Carr rolls out, tries to get it out to his receiver. It looked like that was Deshaun McVeigh. Pass is incomplete, and that will be 2nd down and 10.
That almost looked like that kind of messed up formation that Michigan does. But it's the same concept. You get guys lined up, you don't know where they're going to go, and then you instantly split them out and cause confusion and try to make that defense adjust to give yourself the advantage.
So Heelan stacking the box here. No safety over the top as Carr comes out in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. Has time, looks deep across the middle. Carr off the fingertips of Cooper Silvius. Silvius was open. He beat his man down the seams. And Zach, we saw that play work twice last week. Colton Schutte was actually the man that caught those 2 passes. He had one for 67 and one for 59 yards when they went over the top. So we might see him go back to that play pretty often.
We could, but that was a right place. Ball was a little bit far ahead, though. A little antsy on that throw. Hopefully he can get him settled down as his game progresses and set up more opportunities like that.
So after 2 incompletions, it's 3rd down and 10 from the 20. Carr under center takes the snap. He's going to roll out again, looks to the outside, and it's incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver, John Palmer, and that is a quick 3 and out. So last week we saw them run the ball almost 40 times, and then all of a sudden this week they come out and throw 3 incompletions and a 3 and out.
Something you definitely don't want to do. If they complete one of those, it's a different story. Mainly that strike down the middle, but unfortunately just off the fingertips. However, that brings a lot of confidence for Bishop Heelan's defense, and especially the offense, being able to get on the backfield so quick and see if they, offensively run the RPO. They like to run that last drive, and
so now they need to hurry here. 4 seconds on the play clock, 3 now, and Neusser gets the snap off in time. It's a good snap. And a pretty good punt here. It's a high punt as Olsen will wave it off at the 47-yard line. So after some struggles on the special teams last week, so far we've seen pretty decent kickoff coverage and then a pretty good punt there.
And coverage got down quick. So really the only thing you could do was call that fair catch, because if you try to do something that's not a very good gain or possibly don't have that ball in place, it can cause a fumble.
So Heelan will take over after going 5 plays in a minute 20 on the first drive. They will come out here for their second drive of the game with 10:14 to go in the first and a 6-0 lead.
Definitely going to watch 15 here on the near side of the slot.
The snap and the handoff to Schiltz, and it is on the ground. The handoff was fumbled, and it looks like the Rams jumped back on top of it, waiting for an official call, and they have the ball. So we talked about Glenwood staying clear of the mistakes, but right here off the bat, after scoring a touchdown on the first drive, a missed handoff on the first play of the second possession, and Glenwood takes over inside Heelan territory.
Get the ball back so quick, and especially a lot closer to their own end zone than last drive. So, if you're the coach, it's probably telling the guys, all right, you have yourself in good position. Don't do what you can to move the ball to get closer to the end zone.
So the Ram offense quickly back out on the field after a short break as Carr takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Nice read there as he gets down across the 41-yard line. That's something that Carr sort of struggled with last week. He didn't exactly make too many great reads, but that time, Zach, a good job of pulling the ball instead of handing it off and getting forward for about 4 yards.
Exactly. That end was looking right at the right side back, and that allowed him to pick up those quick couple of yards that puts him 3 yards closer getting the first down.
Starting offensive tackle Logan Fornoff is going to hobble off the field here as Christian Baker is going to take his spot, so that could be an issue for the Rams as they come out here on 2nd down and 7 from the 41. Carr in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Silvius, flags down. Silvius has it down across the 40 and inside the 40. Excuse me, that is not Silvius. That is number 13, Dominic Robertson. So Robertson, not a guy we saw last week in the varsity lineup as he gets the carry down to the 35, but there's a flag in the backfield. Could be a motion penalty on the Rams.
Well, when you have, that jet.
Motion, offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Well, when you have something like that, which is essentially just a wildcat shotgun snap, you get that jet motion across, that can screw up the timing with a lineman, cause them to jump early.
So the Rams, this is an offense. Last year they had an offense in that flex bone. They had a lot of movement. This is an offense that has a little less movement at the snap, but a lot of movement before the snap. So, the Rams need to make sure they stay clear of those penalties. Those motion penalties are something we saw a lot of last week. Carr comes out in the shotgun on 2nd down and 12. Carr is going to fake the pump fake, and now he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield for no gain. It looks like he wanted to throw it and then tuck it, but, he ran it too late and was wrapped up in the backfield.
A little bit of a delay on that decision, but no one's open, and usually you want to keep the play as live as you can, but unfortunately defense crashed in on him, wrapped him up.
So far we've seen about 5 or 6 plays from the Ram offense. They have yet to have a positive gain as they are backed up at their own, or at the Heelan 46-yard line with a 3rd down and 12. Carr from the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to roll out. Pressure coming, and he is dropped in the backfield. Unblocked. An unblocked Dawson Fenton. That 6'2", 210 receiver that we saw on the offensive side, this time playing defensive end and dropping Carr back inside Ram territory. So that's a loss of about 6 yards, and the Ram will have to bring out the punting unit. And so, Zach, we've seen the Rams offense twice now, and they have a total yardage of about -9.
Yeah, that's a confidence builder. But great job, though, by that end for the Crusaders. Able to just come in and blow up the play immediately.
Blind side, too, yeah. Nusser will have a nice punt here as Olsen will let that one go as it drops at about the 23-yard line. So an okay punt, straight up in the air. Didn't get a lot of, solid field position there as the Crusaders will take over at about the 23-yard line.
And if you're the Ram defense, you want to cause another mistake or cause one to happen so you can immediately get the ball back. Right now, it seems like you give Bishop Heelan a chance to move the ball even the slightest bit, that could be a huge gouge.
So Heelan will take over with a 6-0 lead, 7:54 to go here in the first quarter in this Class 3A matchup between the Crusaders and the Rams. The Ram defense already out here for the 3rd time tonight. As Hogue comes out in the shotgun on 1st down and 10. He has 2 wide receivers to either side. Schiltz in the backfield with him. Hogue takes the snap, hands it off to Schiltz up the middle. Schiltz has not much room there as he's taken down at about the 24. Maybe a yard on the play, but a nice push there from the Ram defensive line.
I don't know if you saw it, but it kind of looked like he juggled the handoff.
Yeah, it looked like another error on the handoff.
So keeping a little bit more mind to that and took that extra second not to look up. But unfortunately, that extra second was to the benefit of the Rams, causing them to blow up the play and cause only a gain of 1.
So 2nd and 9 now. 4 wide once again here for Hogue. Hogue takes the shotgun snap, play action, fires it across the middle, and it is caught. That is number 42. Looks like Cade Block, another 6'2" wide receiver. So they have some height there out on the outside the hashes as they have another quick hitter there. A gain of about 7 yards down to the 31. That'll bring up 3rd and short for the Crusaders.
I think what we're going to see a lot now after a couple possessions, we're going to see a lot of 11 packages with 3 wide receivers and then 1 back and 1 tight end. And it's been working for them well coming out of that slot and flex formation.
So it looks like the Ram defense might have jumped on a snap count there. We'll see what the call is.
It should be it's going to be a encroachment on us, it looks like.
So the Rams will give up a first down there, and, Zach, that is not something the coach likes to see. Third down and short, they have a chance to get their defense off the field, and they jump on the encroachment.
Exactly, and something you've noticed the past couple of years with football is once you get those guys on the line, you can't really make that jump like you could before. So even going into there, that's 5 yards you can give up.
So 1st and 10 from the 36 now for Heelan. Back to pass is Hogue. He has time, fires deep across the middle, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for number 19, Fenton, as he tried to hit him on the post route across the middle. He had it in his hands, but was unable to hold on, and that will bring up 2nd down and 10 for Heelan.
That was a good play called by him. You run the trip set to the far side, and you have basically a vertical. And he had him, but fortunately for the Rams, caused them to juggle the possession and caused the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now for Heelan, 6:38 to go in the first quarter. Hogue in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Schultz, and Schultz is stacked up. That is trying to get a number on him. That looks like number 58, Dylan Hopp. And Dylan Hopp was a guy that started last year as a sophomore, and he is just a monster. They have him listed at 6'3", 270, and that time he let Schultz feel it.
Oh, what a great job by Hopp, just to blow up the line, get in there, and make the first contact, and just slam him down.
So now Hogue comes out with trips to his left. 3rd and 12. Hogue in the shotgun, drops back, looking, fires to the outside, and it is incomplete. He was trying to hit his man, number 5, Drew Olson, on the comeback route. Threw it a little early, and that's an incompletion, and the punt team, well, now there's a flag on the far side of the field. I did not catch that. We'll see what the call is.
Looks like it will be on Bishop Heelan, and it's been declined.
Illegal man downfield on the offense. A penalty declined. 4th down.
So no harm, no foul there, and the Glenwood Rams with a nice defensive stand there after kind of maybe a little shell shock after that first drive when Heelan walked right down the field, but now they're able to regroup and make a nice stop.
And that could have been, nerves playing your first game at home on the season. You
Right.
don't want to disappoint, your home crowd in high school, a lot of friends, family. And, great job for them to settle in. And on that last play, it looked like a combination of issues with timing and also a little bit too high. Oh!
Jake Bolu was the punt, and it is blocked. Jake Bolu could not get the punt off. Cole Mayberry, the junior defensive end, with the punt block, and now a blocked field goal and a blocked punt, and the Rams will take over inside Heelan territory at the 21-yard line.
Let's see if they can, already said this once, get that transition to the offense. You're in good field territory, especially, could be field goal territory for the kicker. We'll see if they can maybe chip away more at that crusade and run that read. And, Carr saw that the best option was to give it to his back.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 17-yard line for Glenwood. Carr hurries up to the line. He's going to he's going to keep it. Now he fires to the outside, caught by the sophomore Ryan Bloom. Bloom has it on the sideline, and he's taken out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So that is a gain of, it looks like 7 yards and a first down for Glenwood.
First down, Rams.
Not something we saw last week. I was telling you off air, they didn't really use a lot of their talent outside the hashes. That time we were able to see Carr roll out and hit Bloom on a nice pass.
Well, we mentioned in the open they ran the ball a lot in that game. In this game, a lot of passing. So maybe something they saw against this Bishop Heelan defense is maybe it's the outside the marks is where they are the weakest.
First down and goal from the 9-yard line for the Rams. Under center is Carr. He takes the snap. It's tossed to the outside to Silvius. Silvius has the edge. Silvius across the 10 to the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Glenwood. Cooper Silvius, the senior running back. He had a touchdown last week, and he gets in once again as the Rams have tied the game at 6 points apiece.
I think something we have to give credit to is that line. Swinging those two guys over caused some huge blocks and also allowed them to get through that hole to give Rams 6 points on the board.
So Cooper Silvius with a nice run there, and now Alex Nusser, the junior kicker, out to give the Rams the lead with the PAT, and it is good. So Glenwood, with 5:14 to go in the first quarter, has taken a 7-6 lead over Bishop Heelan. We're going to take a short break here before the kickoff. This is Ram Football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance, then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center.
All right, so we are back here on GlenwoodSports.com. Ram football, the Glenwood Rams rolled in after a nice punt block from Cole Mayberry. A couple plays later, Cooper Silvius takes it in for a touchdown, and the Rams have taken a 7-6 lead as they are ready to kick off here to the Crusaders. Deucer with a nice boot there. It looks like Olsen's going to take it at the 10-yard line. And this time it's going to be, no, he keeps it as he gets it out across the 25 and down to about the 29-yard line. So that was not Olsen, that was number 23, Bolu. And Bolu able to get a pretty good return there as the Crusaders will take over at their own 29. So Cooper Silvius able to take that in from 9 yards out, kind of that edge speed, one-cut running style, and they put that to use.
They did. And we get that one cut.
First down, Crusaders.
Name of that back is, in its name, you just need to make that one move. And instead of going from side to side, you go from north to south.
Right.
Just like that, you can get a huge game or even a score.
So 1st and 10 now for the Heelan offense with 5:06 to go in the first. They now trail by 1. Hogue comes out, 4 receivers, takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, fires across the middle, and it is intercepted! Intercepted by Silvius. Silvius has it inside the 30, and he's taken down at the 29-yard line. So Cooper Silvius, after scoring a touchdown, he's able to get the interception off the tip ball, and the Rams come up with another huge play on defense, and they will take over inside the Heelan 30.
Hogue, and it just looks like there's an issue where he's throwing a little bit too high, a little bit too juiced on the road, or like he's trying to force the ball. And on this one, it's especially where that error happened and managed to put the ball back into the Rams' possession.
So the Rams have a 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Carr, takes the snap. It's going to be a pitch to the outside. This time it's Robertson. Robertson has the edge across the 25, and he's down at the 21-yard line. Dominic Robertson, the junior running back, not a guy we saw even touch the ball last week. This time he's come out. That's his second carry, and he's gotten a pretty good yardage on both times as he's down at the 22, a gain of about 7. That'll bring up 2nd and short for the Rams.
Yeah, they come out of that stack formation and pitched it to him, and kind of stretched the play to the outside, trying to figure out a way for him to cut upfield. Unfortunately, wasn't able to, and that Bishop Heelan defense only allowed a gain of 7, but it could have been a lot worse.
2nd down and 3 now for the Rams. Ball on the 22-yard line. Carr takes the snap. He's going to keep it now. Carr gets it across the 20, not much more. That's about all he's going to get, a gain of about 2 yards. It looks like he's short of the first down, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1 now for the Rams.
It looked like a design quarterback run on that play by the movement of his head and trying to figure out where he was looking. It definitely looked like that no matter what, he was going to keep the ball. So they got a couple of yards, and let's see if they can just power through and get that first down.
So the Rams have 3rd down and 1 on the 20. As they break the huddle with 3:42 to go here in the first quarter. Lots of men on the line as Carr takes the snap. He's going to roll out to pass. Looks to the outside. It's incomplete. It bounced before it was in the hands of the junior receiver, John Palmer. And what about the play call there on 3rd and 1? They stack the line and they throw the ball.
Well, that's something you see sometimes. You try to get that power formation that's a dead giveaway for a run, but you try to get that, kind of an outside hook play and try to catch him off guard. Unfortunately, Carr underthrew him and also might have been feeling some pressure on the backside.
So 4th down and 1, the Rams will go for it. Carr's going to take the snap. He's going to sneak it, and he was stacked up. He's going to be close to the first down there. A nice push from that Heelan defensive front. Usually last week we saw that play work a couple times against Carroll for a solid gain, but this time it was a close call as the Rams might have been short of the first down. It looks like they're might bring the chains out here.
Yeah, it looks like, where the angle we're at is kind of hard to see exactly where we're at. Could be, the nose of a ball, or it could have completely cleared, but this could be close. But wide receiver John Palmer had a better look than we did, and he was throwing the first down.
First down by that much. That was a very, very close call, but the Rams are able to get the first down. And, Zach, that's one of those momentum things when they bring the chains out, the suspense, and then the celebration. That can do a lot for a team.
Sometimes I think the chain gang's just a little over-dramatic. It's like watching a coach on the sidelines that we're not going to be seeing the next 3 weeks of college football, Urban Meyer, on the sideline, just making everything all dramatic.
So Carr takes the snap and hands it off to Carter on his first carry of the game. Doesn't get much as he's backed up to the 20-yard line, a loss of about one play. And like I just said, that's his first carry of the game. A guy that ran for 112 yards last week. Haven't seen much of him here in the first quarter.
And it looked like Carr actually double pumped the handoff, too. Once he gave it to him, it was immediate contact by the defensive line, but it looked like he tried to pull it back and just decided it'd be best just to, take the loss of a yard.
So Carr fumbles the snap on this next one, and he is dropped back at the 25. Flags are down on the far sideline. So a big momentum play on the fourth and short, and now the Rams with a couple miscues here. We'll see what this flag is, as it came out really early.
Yeah, it could be offsides, but it could be on the offender could be number 45, Frankie Vondrak, who blew up the play.
So an illegal motion on the Rams. That penalty is declined, as it was about a 4 or 5 yard loss anyway after the fumbled snap. So that sets up a third down and long here for the Rams, about 15 yards from the Heelan 24-yard line.
We'll see if they maybe go under center, or if they go to that 5-wide shotgun look that we've seen once before. I essentially would want to call that a wildcat look.
Carr comes out in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, looking, has time, now he's flushed out. Carr, flag down in the backfield. Carr looks deep across the middle, incomplete. Pass was intended for number 22, Deshaun McVeigh. Flags were down in the backfield, likely a holding call, as Carr was just kind of running for his life there from that Heelan defense.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious it was a holding call, but his line was just trying to give him as much time as possible.
Protect your quarterback at all costs.
Yep.
So holding on the Rams, penalties declined, and that will bring up fourth down and long, 4th and 15 now, and now Glenwood, it looks like
they're going to go for the field goal.
A couple substitutions, and it looks like they're going to bring the kicker out here. So Alex Nusser, the man who saved the day for the Rams, hit a 26-yard field goal with about 30 seconds left in the game last week, sent Glenwood home with a victory over Carroll. Now he's out for what looks like about a 40-yard field goal. This would be an impressive kick here from the junior kicker, as it is up, and it is no good. Looked like it was wide left, so no points there. The Rams failed to capitalize on the interception, and with 2:19 to go in the first quarter, the Heelan offense will take over as Glenwood defense comes off the field with a 7-6 lead.
Had the leg, unfortunately, just couldn't get the accuracy. Well, let's see what the Ram defense can do as far as stopping him, because really every Ram turnover, time Rams have got the ball after that first touchdown, has been a turnover.
Yep. So it will be 1st and 10 from their own 20 now for Heelan. Hogue comes out in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left.
Yeah, it looks like they actually have it down.
Deontay Walker goes in motion. Now handoff to Walker on the jet sweep. Walker has to the edge, has it down across the 25, across the 30, and a first down, it looks like, to about the 31-yard line. And a nice run there from Deontay Walker on the jet sweep. And, we've seen a lot of up-the-middle stuff from both teams, but that's the first time we've seen from Heelan a little running around the edge.
Yeah, when you run that jet sweep, especially with the speed that Walker's been showing to us so far, it can be really hard to defend, especially if you're not prepared for it.
1st down and 10 now from the 31. Hogue in the shotgun. Hogue takes the snap, drops back. He's going to look to the outside, and it's Walker again. Juggled the pass, and now he got it. No, this is Fenton. Fenton actually has it, breaking tackles, busting down to about the 45-yard line. So that's another first down here for Heelan. And I don't know about you, but just kind of the way he runs and the way he carries himself, Fenton reminds me a lot of like a Rob Gronkowski, you know, big 6'3", 220-pound tight end out there just kind of busting forward and breaking tackles.
Yeah, and he just ran off to the sideline now, so he may only be a specialty play type of person, but it looked like they ran a drag route across the field with him, which, you know, those are pretty hard to defend.
So now Hogue comes out in the shotgun once again on first down. On the 44-yard line, a handoff up the middle to Schultz. Schultz has a little room at first, and now it closes up, and Schultz keeps fighting forward. Gets down to about the 49, a 5-yard gain on first down. And a nice carry there from Schultz. Schultz had 126 yards and 3 touchdowns, but we haven't really seen him do a lot other than that touchdown run early in the first quarter.
No, but it looks like maybe Bishop Heelan is starting to go back to what they did well on the first drive, which was outside of gouging him with a slant right across the middle, is just getting him to power his legs to go right up the gut and really attack what possibly is a weakness for the Ram defense.
Rams stack the box here on second down. It's going to be a handoff on the jet sweep to Olsen. Olsen spinning forward, and he gets about a yard. It looked like he might have been wrapped up in the backfield. He's able to pick his way down to the 50-yard line. That is a gain of about a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 now for Heelan.
Unfortunately, Olsen on the ground right now, but didn't look like he has quite the speed that Walker has on that same sweep. So it's probably, I don't want to say it's the only reason, but it's probably a really good reason why the Rams were prepared to stop that play on defense. And also, maybe they were more aware this time, because maybe he's more of a specialist for that jet sweep out of the slot.
So Parker Sell and Cooper Silvius come out of the game. Ryan Bloom checks in for the Rams. It will be 3rd down and 5 now from the 49. Hogue in the shotgun. Hogue takes the snap, drops back, looks to the outside, caught there. No, it's incomplete. He had it right in his hands. It looked like that was a sure thing there for Walker, but that's probably the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen that happen. And that is incomplete as the Crusaders will bring the punting unit out onto the field.
He absolutely gunned it out of his release, and that could have been an issue. Timing-wise, it looked like Walker was about a click behind. I don't want to say a second because that's too much of a measurement, but just a click behind the ball there, which, fortunately for the Rams, allowed the incompletion.
So John Palmer back to receive this punt from Bolu. The last punt the Crusaders had was blocked. This one is off clean. It's a low line drive, lands at about the 25. Palmer will take it at the 15. Palmer trying to get some room as he's out across the 20, so about the 21-yard line, and that's all he'll get as the Ram offense comes back. So now, after those early game kind of theatrics with the quick touchdown, the punt block, the field goal block, the interception, the fumble. Now it feels like we've kind of settled down after almost a full quarter, 23 seconds left to go in the first. It feels like we've kind of settled down here in this game.
Essentially here in what we've had in this, what would you say, about 11 and a half minutes of game is what teams would experience as far as types of turnovers in probably 2 or 3 games.
Right. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rams with a 7-6 lead. Carr comes out in the shotgun on first down and 10. Carr looking deep down the middle to Schutte, and that is incomplete. Oh. That is Walker once again. Deontay Walker has now dropped a couple passes, and that time had an interception right in his hands for a good few seconds and then dropped the ball.
I think everyone saw exactly what was going to happen. You had, instead of, if you're playing video games, it would be a 4 vertical. Essentially, you had a 5 vertical right there. And receiver couldn't quite pull it in, which allowed it to bounce, and fortunately, Adams.
That is the play that we saw the Rams get huge chunks of yardage on last week. Obviously, Heelan knew that and schemed for it, as it will be 2nd down and 10 now for the Rams. Another pass play here as he looks to the outside, has Bloom at about the 23-yard line, but not much more. Well defended there by the defensive back, number 11, Danny Heller. And that is a junior defensive back there for Heelan. So that brings up 3rd down, but that first will bring up the end of the first quarter. And we will go to break here on GlenwoodSports.com. This is Ram Football. Be right back with the second quarter.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on Glenwood's 1-2-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa, Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at GlenwoodStateBank.com or give them a call at 712-527.
7-6 is our score at the start of the second quarter. Zach Blunt on caller duty with Nick Stavas, and we'd like to thank our sponsors, Jerry's Real Estate, R.A. Stavas State Farm, Greg Young Chevrolet, Barrett Auto Center, and Glenwood State Bank. Thanks, guys, for allowing this broadcast to happen. Now, Nick.
3rd and 7. Here we go. First play of the second quarter here as Carr takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and the fumble, the ball's on the ground. Silvius gets it back, but he's going to have nowhere to go as that will be a 4th down. So right out of the break, first play of the second quarter, fumble, Rams are going to punt.
Try to bring up that inverted jet sweep read, which commonly used as God's play because it's a power play and usually can rack up big yards. However, the exchange caused issues, ball hit the ground, and unfortunately, no yards.
Fortunately, it bounced right back up into Silvius' hands. A little bit of luck there. That could have been a disaster, but now the Rams will have a chance to punt it away. It'll be Nooser to do the kicking. Looks like number 23, that's Bolu out to, and it looks like that was almost blocked, and now Nooser, the punter, was taken down hard on the play, and the flag down, and that's going to be a penalty. First down.
We'll see if that's an automatic variety or if that's just going to be a 5-yard variety.
He hit him really hard, and it depends on whether he got a piece of the ball or not. If he did, we saw this last week actually when the Rams had a punt kind of semi-blocked, partially blocked. They got a piece of the ball, hit Nooser, and it was no penalty because he tipped the ball. But it's going to be a 15-yard variation of that penalty and a first down for the Rams. So the Rams catch a big break there as they will keep rolling on offense.
Never be
roughing the punter.
Can never be too sure about the difference between running into a punter or
roughing the punter. Yeah, right.
But sometimes it looks like guys get absolutely clobbered, but it's just the punter getting flipped on his leg, and it looks way worse. But that one definitely.
That time he got a pretty good piece of him, I would say.
Absolutely.
So 11:09 now to go here in the second quarter. Rams with a nice break there on the 15-yard penalty. They'll have a first down and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
Rams must have a pretty good luck meter right now or something, because we need to figure out where that is.
Carr takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. This is Carter. Carter with not much to go there. Not much room as he gets down to about the 42-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and long for the Rams.
Just a nice power play. Just keep your legs chugging and just take a right to the heart of the defense and see how much you can get out of it.
And we saw last week those plays were kind of getting slowed down by Carroll at the beginning, but towards the end of the game they really started to wear them down. And those plays, instead of they were 2 or 3 yards at the beginning, they went for 6 or 7 at the end.
Well, that's the thing I love about power offense.
So Carter once again the same exact play, but Heelan's ready for it. They're doing a good job scheming so far. They knew that Carter was their bread and butter. And Heelan's been able to get a pretty good push up front as Carter stopped for a gain of about 1 there, and that'll bring up 3rd down, about 6 yards for the Rams.
Well, continue what I was going to say. I love the power offense, whether that's out of the spread or maybe more traditional offensive set where you have a quarterback under center, because you just take it just chip away. Unfortunately, early on, it kind of doesn't work out, so you have a lot of these short gains.
So the Rams come out on 3rd down and 6. Carr takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Carter once again. Carter bowling forward, has the first down. He's gone. No, that's Carr. Carr kept the ball. He had me fooled as Carr was able to get all the way down inside the 25-yard line. It looked like Carter had it. I thought he had it. Heelan thought he had it, but instead, Zach Carr was able to get around the outside and go for a huge gain. And now the Rams have a 1st and 10 inside Heelan territory.
I don't know if that was an isolation play, but it looked like it. Carr had just wide open space after that fake handoff. The end split towards the back and just that saw field and just took off. And tackle at the end. A little bit of a lucky break.
1st and 10 from the 23. Handoff up the middle to Carter. Carter shakes a tackle up front, and he's able to dive forward to about the 16-yard line. So a gain of about 7 yards. Now this Ram offense is finally getting something rolling.
They're finally getting moving and starting to do the bread and butter, just that power run right up the gut. seems about just, never varies by the style of offense. It seems like the Rams' offense has always been bread and butter no matter what, no matter the coaching staff. That power run up the gut.
2nd down and 3 now for the Rams from the Heelan 16-yard line. Carr the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's going to fake it to Silvius. Now he keeps it down to about the 15-yard line. Not much there. Nice push there from the Heelan defense. And that will bring up 3rd down and short now for Glenwood. Up 7-6 with 8:48 to go here in the first half.
Look like a straight quarterback keeper, and Carr's coming off the field. This is not looking good.
So the backup quarterback is the junior Cole Mayberry, who starts defensive end. He had the punt block earlier, and now he will come out. It looks like Carr is just an equipment issue. He got his helmet hit off, it looks like. It looks like he got his helmet taken off on the hit, so he has to come out of the game for a play. So Mayberry will come in at quarterback for 1 play.
It would be nice if the officials announced that.
That's a big play, though. 3rd down and 2, and now we have a...
Looks like timeout by Coach Foss.
Timeout Glenwood. Yeah, 3rd and 2, inside Heelan territory. Normally you just go with the backup for 1 play, but that time, important enough a play to call a timeout.
Yeah, well, maybe, I'm not quite sure what the substitution rule is exactly on the helmet where it pops off, you have to go out of play. I don't know if that's maybe a play no matter what, or if you call that timeout, it allows you to bring back in that player. So maybe this could have been a move where the first option was to see exactly what would happen, and then what happened is Coach Foss running onto the field. So obviously didn't like the look that the Heelan defense was giving and called that timeout to maybe get something special lined up.
I see the starting offensive tackle, Logan Fornoff, the senior, still down here hobbling around on the sideline trying to walk it out. Looks like it might be a leg or an ankle or a knee or something like that. He's still not in the game. So the senior backup, Christian Baker, who, from what I understood, in a preseason interview, was fighting for a spot. So obviously not a huge downgrade from one to the other. It's nice at a position where you have depth and one player goes down and you can just plug another guy in and he can go in and get the job done.
Exactly. If you're saying that it was pretty neck and neck, that's vote of confidence, knowing that it's only one slight thing. Now, what that slight thing is, not quite sure just right now, but maybe we'll see as the game progresses.
So the Rams come out on 3rd down and 2. It is Mayberry still back out there at quarterback. So Mayberry comes out under center, takes the snap. He's gonna keep it himself. A nice read there from Mayberry, and he's up the middle, and it looks like he has the first down for a lot. So Cole Mayberry, the backup quarterback, comes in, makes a nice read, gets about a 5-yard gain down to the 10-yard line, and a first down for the Rams.
Yeah, it looks like Carr's coming back in now, but he did not give up on that play. He got bopped a little bit, kind of may have taken a half step back, but kept his feet pedaling forward and got that first down.
So Cole Mayberry, the junior defensive end, making some big plays on both sides of the ball here and on special teams. Early in the game for the Rams as they have 1st and 10 from the Heelan 11. Carr the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Now he's going to pitch it to the outside to Silvius. Silvius cuts it back up the middle, and he's down to about the 8-yard line. So a gain of 3 or 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down for Glenwood.
I don't want to be the person yelling that every play is a penalty on the team that I like, but just the way that Silvius' head went down, looked like possibly someone got a hold of that face mask, because that was head going down first leading. It wasn't anything, but it could also have been grabbing that collar pretty close to it.
So 2nd down and 7 now from the 8 for the Rams. Split back. Carr takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pressure coming, tries to flip it to the outside to Carter, and that one was tipped there by Olsen. Bolu was applying the pressure from behind. Olsen was able to get a piece of that ball, and it's an incomplete pass, and now 3rd down and 7 for the Rams. So the Rams are not finding a ton of success on those rollout passes. They hit a couple early, but lately they haven't really been able to connect on those.
No, and it's looking like that blind side's kind of been, possibly an issue. Maybe he's feeling pressure, causing, missed timing, or some of those plays that just can't quite get in the right spot. And see, we're only about we're a little bit north of halfway, but we'll see what adjustments come at halftime.
Carr takes the snap. It's a pitch to the outside to Carter. Carter bowling forward, gets down to about looks like the 3-yard line, a gain of about 5, but a flag is down there on the far side of the field. It doesn't look like he got the first down, but we'll see what the flag is.
My question is, depending on what the flag is, if it's against the Heelan defense, do you go for it on 4th down, or?
That's a holding call on Glenwood, so not something you want to see, Zach. You know, third down and short, or third down and, 7 or 8, mid-distance. Now all of a sudden a holding call, and you have third down and a mile. Trying to get some points on the board, you got to make a decision. Do you try to get it closer to for your field goal kicker, or do you try to go for the, it would essentially be a touchdown if they were to get this first down because it's 3rd and 16 from the 17.
Exactly. I think maybe you go on the safe route. You try to get the ball more towards the center of the field for that field goal because you still have the lead without making it a 2-score game.
So Carr takes the snap. He's going to drop back. Pressure coming. He's flushed out. Carr's going to keep it himself down inside the 15, and he's down at about the 10-yard line, well short of the first down there. Gained about 6 or 7 of those yards back, but now the Rams will face a 4th down and quickly outruns the kicker Alex Nusser looking for a field goal to put the Rams up by 4. 6:29 to go here in the first half. Rams lead 7-6. Alex Nusser going to try to add on to that lead here with about a 27-yard field goal.
A lot better position compared to the last attempt he had.
From the middle of the field into the wind, here's Nusser. The kick is up, and it is no good. So Nusser looked like he hooked it left again. Unable to hit that one. That was about the distance that he hit that one last week to win the game. But this time unable to connect, and the Rams still coming up empty. Zach, that can really be a killer because they've had probably 3 or 4 possessions that have ended inside Heelan territory, and they've come away with no points.
Exactly, and no, if that keeps happening, that's more confidence toward Heelan because instead of just being, we looked out, it's like, okay, we're going to bank on this missed field goal because, trend has dictated that way.
Take what you can get, right?
Exactly.
First down and 10 now for Heelan from their own 20-yard line. 6:12 to go in the first half. In the shotgun is Hogue. He's going to take the snap. It's a handoff to Schultz up the middle. Schultz shakes the initial tackle and gets down to about the 22-yard line, so not much there. Schultz has not had a lot of room here in the early going.
No. Of course, compared to how this game has gone, it's going to be a lot of comparison to how he ran on that first drive. So as the game is going on, it kind of looks like that first drive has been more of a fluke about the holes that he had that put 6 on the board for them.
Second down and 8 now from the 22-yard line. Hogue in the shotgun. Hogue takes the snap. It's the same handoff. Schultz has room this time. Schultz down across the 25, and he's outside the 30 to about the 31-yard line. A nice gain of about 9 yards, and it looks like he's going to have the first down, and that was a gaping hole there on that left side of the offensive line there for Heelan.
Yeah, it was, and it looked like his lineman kept getting pushed into him. But if that doesn't happen, maybe that lineman stays in place. That could have been a whole lot bigger gain because that was a wide open field for him.
Brock Smith, the safety in on the tackle there for the Rams. Smith was a defensive end for the first 2 years of his high school career. Now in his junior season, he was moved to linebacker, and now they just keep moving him back as he's in at safety covering some receivers one-on-one. First down and 10 from the 31. Hogue in the shotgun takes the snap. Play action, looks across the middle, and it is incomplete. Another dropped pass. Olsen probably heard some footsteps there as Ryan Bloom was coming in hot, and he wasn't able to pull that one in as Olsen drops the pass, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10 now for Heelan.
And the second the ball went away, Olsen disappointed with himself, clapped his hands, knew he should have had that, and that would have been probably about close to a 20-yard gain.
So now it's second and 10, 5:04 to go in the first half. 7-6 lead for Glenwood. Heelan at their own 31-yard line. Heelan takes the snap. It's going to be a screen pass. Here's Olsen. Olsen gets the edge now across the 35, down the sideline 40, and he steps out of bounds at the 42. It looked like a late hit there and a flag. Yeah, there was a very late hit. Ram fans are going to argue that one, but that's a good call. As Olsen's, deliberately stepped out, probably had 2 or 3 steps out of bounds, and then he was just smoked. I'm not sure who was in on the hit there, but it looks like it's going to be a late hit on Glenwood.
Yeah, so that's 15 free yards toward the Crusaders, but really, what do you do?
Yep.
You don't know whether or not that guy's, not going to step on the boundary and try to put his shoulder and just knock you down, or if he is going out of bounds. So it's just kind of a safe hit just to, at least try to hit him and see what happens.
Oh, they're going to move this back. Interesting. We'll wait on the call here. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I've ever seen a referee walk it backwards and then walk it forwards. Okay. So we had a holding call on the offense in the backfield that we obviously did not catch. And then we had a late hit, a personal foul on the Rams, so they moved it. I'm not sure I've ever seen a referee walk the ball back 10 yards and then forward 15. Usually they just offset it and move it forward 5.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I've never seen that. Now,
So-
I've seen it maybe offset, but then there's an unsportsmanlike conduct afterwards.
Right.
Even after that, you march forward more.
So after all that, it's a 2nd and 1 now for Heelan, and the handoff there to Walker is gobbled up there from the Rams. Forward progress they're going to give him to at the 35, but not much there as Brett Maurer was in on the stop on the blitz package there for the Rams, the linebacker. And like I said last week, Brett did not play. He had a groin injury. This week he's back making plays, and that can be really important for a defense.
Absolutely, and he got on that play quick. I'm pretty sure the second a Ram helmet was near him, it was Maurer there on the play.
So crowd getting loud, 3rd and 6 from the 35 now for Heelan. Ram defense trying to make a big stop here as Hogue takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Schultz. Schultz has some room, but it's closed up quickly there. It looks like it was number 3, Cole Mayberry, making plays once again. And right now, Zach, he's a pretty strong candidate for player of the game so far through this first half.
Absolutely, making a bunch of plays on defense. And the Ram defense overall, things are starting to look more confident. Unfortunately, it's been a real defensive grind for both teams, but we'll see if maybe Glenwood can. Not sure what's going on here. Grind the clock down and also grind some yardage and maybe get an extra score.
Yeah, Glenwood's defense has kind of been a staple of their play style the last couple of years. As that is a nice punt there from Bolu, and now Palmer will take it from the 20 and gets down to about the 27. So the Rams will take over at their own 27, 3:22 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like number 2, Wayne Longball, made the initial contact. Wasn't able to take him down, but it held him up enough for 2 teammates to come and make the stop.
So we have hit 8 o'clock here in Glenwood, Iowa. Still pretty hot and muggy. No storms, it looks like yet. Might be something brewing here over to the south, but so far we're safe as we have 3:22 to go here in the first half, and the Rams will take over at their own 27-yard line with a 1st down and 10. Under center is Carr. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and it looked like it was Silvius on the carry. No, excuse me, Noah Carter. And he did not have much there, down to about the 28, a gain of a yard or 2, and that'll bring up 2nd and long for the Rams.
That was snuffed out pretty quick by the Crusader defense, allowing no room and going to bring up that 2nd down, only gain of a yard on the play too.
2nd down and 9. Ball on their own 29-yard line for the Rams. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 7-6 lead for Glenwood. Carr comes out under center, single back. Carr takes the snap. It's Schutte this time. No, it's a keeper for Carr. Now he pitches it to the outside to Silvius on the option. Silvius with a little bit of room down to about the 35, a gain of 5 or 6 yards, and that makes 3rd down a lot more manageable here for the Rams.
Try to stretch out the defense with that triple option. Fortunately, Crusaders kind of snuffed it out. Now the Rams did pick up good chunk of yardage. Unfortunately, not a 1st down. So 3 to go. We'll see what they do.
So Glenwood, nice read there from Zach Carr on that hole and then the pitch. And now we'll see what they do here on 3rd down and 3. 2:13 to go in the first half. Carr takes the snap. It's going to be a toss to the outside. Silvius, and this one is stuffed. A beautiful read there from the Heelan defense. And that is number 27, Benton Schaefer, in on the tackle for the Crusaders.
Snuffed it out.
Looks like a timeout, Heelan, as they will stop the clock with 2:02. Going to try to get some points here before the end of the first half. But as you were saying, a beautiful play from the Heelan defense.
He came out unguarded. Looked like he was shot out of a rocket or something. Because the only thing I saw was just Were and then his number on top of the Ram runner. But once that play was whistled dead on the southern side of the Heelan sideline, it immediately called timeout. So they wanted to have as much time as possible and wanted to preserve as much timeouts as possible too.
So they have 2 timeouts remaining. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here in this first half. Rams lead 7-6, just over 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter here in this Class 3A matchup, and it seems just kind of like a fist fight right now. Two heavyweight bouts, defenses making plays, but the offense is kind of stuck in the mud right now.
It really has been just kind of more of a feeling out phase. Usually you have that pretty quick, but this has been an entire half so far, and Rams been really only using two formations that they like to use most of the time, and Bishop Heelan been using really just a spread set with the tight end in the slot, but we'll see if maybe halftime they bring more variety to the play calls. Now, which side does it? Could be either one.
Neusser out to punt, bad snap, and Neusser loses it. It's back behind Neusser. Neusser picks it up at the 8, and he's going to just shank a punt, and it's going to be picked up by Heelan at the 16-yard line, and he's going to be brought down. So special team woes once again, Zach. That is something that Coach Fost was just He ripped his team on in an interview, and once again, they don't clean that up, and now Heelan with a huge opportunity here to take a lead at the ball at the 16-yard line and under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
For what momentum the Rams had going into halftime, that definitely killed it right there. Fortunately, a lot of time between him dropping the ball, picking it up, and a defender even
good
getting
protection
closer.
up front, but Neusser was just unable to handle that low snap, and the Rams now pinned back against their own end zone as the Heelan Crusaders will take over. 1:52 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 from the Glenwood 16. Hogue comes out in the shotgun, spread field. Hogue on the snap count. Now he's gonna be a bubble screen, it looks like, and nice move there from Deontay Walker. Walker lost the ball at the 14-yard line. He was fighting for extra yardage, and it looks like we're looking to see. It looks like they're going to call Heelan down. They're going to call Walker down. I don't know. I didn't really see it that well.
It looked like Walker was down.
Yeah, it looked like a big crowd of guys. So it will end up being a gain of 6. Ram fans not happy about that call, but like you said, it looked like he might have been down.
It definitely a smart decision by the refs, just from how long it was between the motion that the ball was out to when.
So now a handoff up to Schiltz, up the middle to Schiltz, and he did not get much. Dropped at about the 10-yard line, a gain of nothing there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Parker Sellin on the tackle for the Rams. 1:03 to go here in the first half, and Heelan will take a timeout to stop the clock. So, this Ram defense has just been on the field, it feels like, the entire game. Glenwood will sort of get something going on offense, and then they'll turn it over, or they'll have to punt right away, and it seems like this Glenwood defense is really carrying the load right now.
It really is, and unfortunately that's a lot of plays that the defense has already faced, and that could really hurt them down the stretch with wear and tear as far as facing it, because they've been doing a lot of just handoffs right up the middle with their back, and kind of the reason why I like the power offense. It's just you hit as hard as you can, and over time that leads to big gains, and unfortunately that could be used against the Rams pretty well, depending on how things go in the late 3rd or early 4th quarter.
One of the comments I made earlier was how sloppy the game was last week between both teams, that it feels like we're seeing the same thing. Balls on the ground a lot. I don't know if I've ever seen more punt, block, and field goal blocks in one game, and it just feels like these teams are just kind of barely holding their chin above water right now.
It really does, and usually second game I mentioned in the open, you have a lot of improvement. Unfortunately, you're not seeing a lot of improvement as far as turnovers. A lot of sloppy plays still by the Rams and also by the Crusaders.
So 3rd down and 4. Hogue takes the snap, drops back. Pressure coming. He's going to fire to the end zone, and that one is incomplete. Drew Olson wanted a flag. It looks like the corner, looks like Ben Berkey might have just knocked him down right away, but they're not going to call anything. And the Heelan kicking team will come out to attempt a field goal. Olson, had to throw it away really fast. Nice pressure there.
It was, but also just kind of looked awkward. It looked like he wasn't really trying to hit his guy. He was just trying to get the ball far enough to make it look like he wasn't thrown away, which could have been intentional grounding, rather than he just overshot his receiver in the end zone.
So now it's going to be number 9. That's Pena out to kick looks like about a 27-yard field goal here. The kick is up, and it is through. So we finally have some more points here. After a crazy first quarter, we've had a pretty roller coaster ride, and with 52 seconds to go here in the first half, your score, Heelan 9, Glenwood 7. This is Ram football here on GlenwoodSports.com. We're going to take a quick break.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs.
October 20th from 8 a.m. to 9:30.
So we are back here on GlenwoodSports.com. Heelan takes advantage of a Glenwood missed field goal. Or excuse me, no, that was a Glenwood blocked punt, or a punt miscue there, as they took over at the Ram 16-yard line. We're unable to get a touchdown. Ram defense holds strong again, but this time the Crusaders are able to get a field goal.
Yeah, on that miscue on the punt, I don't know about you, but I saw flashes of Michigan State and Michigan at the end of the game. I just saw it happen, but Heelan defense wasn't quick enough, so at least got something off.
So the Crusaders kick off. That's a beautiful kick from Pena, as Palmer will take it at the goal line, and he has a touchback. So Palmer was ready to take off, but instead he crossed the goal line, and that in high school football, you don't have to kneel it. It's an instant touchback once the ball crosses the goal line. So 50 seconds left to go in the first half. This is a tough decision from a coach. Zach, what are you doing? You're down 2 points. You're deep in your own territory. Are you trying to get points out of under a minute, or are you just going to take a knee and take your 2-point deficit in the halftime?
If I am a coach, I will gun the ball as best as I can, but also work the sidelines. Don't work the far sideline, work the near sideline so you can get those quick hits, get outside, stop the clock as quick as you can, and just see how much you can chip away at the defense.
Rams still with 2 timeouts as Carr will take the snap, and a little confusion there up front as Cooper Silvius on the carry. Not much there, and it looks like the Rams are just not even going to bother. It looks like they might just run out the clock there, as he had a loss of about 2 yards. And, I always wonder if coaches are like, hey, let's run this first play. If it works, we're going to go for it. We're going to go try to get points. If it doesn't, we might just call it quits.
Just in my opinion, if I run the ball with under a minute left in the half, and they're trailing.
Uh-oh, a big snap over the head of Carr there, and it's recovered by Heelan, but a flag down. It looks like the illegal motion penalty is going to save the Rams there, as Carr had the snap way over his head. Heelan recovered it in the end zone, but a false start is going to have a huge break for the Rams, and they're almost lucky they false started.
At this point, just kneel it. This has been a sloppy half, and I'm just trying to think, we're not Coach Foss. We can only guess, what he's thinking, but obviously with this coaching staff, I think,
14-yard line.
you try to go for something safe. You just burn out the remainder of the clock. If not, just let it run down, because the clock is moving once again.
Yep, 13 seconds left, and it looks like the play clock is above that, so we'll see if the Rams even bother running one more play. They're going to here. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be Carter. Or no, excuse me, Silvius. Silvius is down at about the 19-yard line, but that will bring us to the end of the first half. So a sloppy, turnover-ridden first half for both teams sees Heelan take a 9-7 lead in the halftime. Class 3A football on GlenwoodSports.com. Make sure you stick around. We're going to take a short break here, about 15-minute halftime. We'll keep the stream on for the band, but we're going to take a break here. This is Ram football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Excellent performances by the Glenwood Marching Band and also the Glenwood Dance Team. Zach Blunt with you. Halftime still rolling on here at Ram Memorial Field as the Rams trail by a score of 9-7 against Bishop Phelan. Check out the scoreboard. We'll start around the up in Council Bluffs School. Thomas Jefferson at halftime leading Sioux City North 57-21. Meanwhile, Abraham Lincoln trailing Denison 35-0. Shutout there. St. Albert facing Trainer 23-6 is the score. And Lewis Central currently leading by a score of 13-10 against Carlisle. Meanwhile, other teams in the district include Harlan. Had a 20-point lead, seen it vanish. They only lead 20-14 against Sergeant Bluff Lutton. Winterstent up 10-7 against Bondurant. ADM leads Perry 3-0 in surprising one here. Creston leading by a score of 43-6. Take a break, come back. Second half action coming up here on GlowandSports.com. It's the Rams, and it is Bishop Phelan. This is Glenwood Football on GlowandSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com. Or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa, Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at glenwoodstatebank.com or give them a call at 712-527-3157. Looking for a spot to store all your goods? Well, contact Iowa Storage here in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood Iowa Storage is located at 50619 220th Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. They offer multiple sizes of storage units along with outdoor concrete storage. Give them a call today at 712-527-3311 and reserve your unit today at Iowa Storage. Are you in need of a new or used vehicle? Then head over to Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Take the new bridge over and talk with Glenwood's Dave Wilson at 402-296-3210 for your next new or used vehicle. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is located in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. No matter who you are, they have your car at Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Check out their line of vehicles and more at jeffhenrychevrolet.com. Jim Hughes Real Estate is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 410 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking to buy, sell, or rent a house? Well,
all right, we are back here on GlenwoodSports.com as we are just about set to go here in the second half of this Class 3A football non-district clash between the Bishop Heelan Crusaders and the Glenwood Rams. The Rams won the toss in the beginning of the game. They deferred, so they will take the second half kickoff here as we are set to go. 9-7 is your score. Heelan with the lead as they will boot it deep here to Glenwood's returners. Back deep to return for the Rams, John Palmer and Cooper Silvius. So second half, here we go. Tight battle here as there's the kick, and it is another beautiful kick from Pena. It takes Silvius all the way back to the goal line. Silvius will take it down to the 15, gets out across the 20, and he's taken down. The ball is loose. Ball is loose, and the Rams have it. Did I see lightning over there?
The answer to the question is yes.
And it looks like Heelan has the ball. So the Rams fumbled, and I saw lightning. So we'll see if this game even continues.
It's a bad omen, man.
Ooh. So Silvius fumbled the kickoff as the Crusaders will take over at the Rams 17-yard line. And it looks like so far we're going to continue.
Yeah, looking at the radar, just because we saw lightning and we're on the other side of the press box here at the field. They mentioned lightning. Fortunately, it's northeast. Well, it's northeast of here, moving away, so we're not in danger zone.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line for Heelan. Hogue takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks deep across the middle, and it is caught by Walker. And he's in. Touchdown, Crusaders. So the Heelan Crusaders kick off to the Rams. The Rams fumble the kickoff at the 17-yard line. Very next play, Hogue hits Walker in the end zone, and all of a sudden, it's a 8-point lead for Heelan.
How is this just like barely a half of football for everything we've seen?
This is out of control right now. The Rams just special teams, miscues over and over. Fumbles on punts, fumbles on kickoffs, missed field goals. They just cannot figure out special teams right now. And now, 20 seconds into the second half, Heelan is kicking an extra point.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a fake, and he's dropped. Risky there. A gutsy call there from the Heelan head coach. And no, the 2-point conversion attempt is no good, so they faked the field goal. They faked the PAT, and now the Rams remain within one possession with 11:40 to go here in the third quarter. The score, 15-8, Bishop Heelan. So we didn't even have the time to catch our breath. We were out here eating our burgers. All of a sudden, we come back online, or on the air, and Heelan scores a touchdown. So kind of to recap the first half, back and forth battle, lots of defense, lots of turnovers, and it seems to have not changed out of the break.
Exactly. The only thing that's changed is the fact we got free food during halftime. And if you're wondering, yes, it was delicious.
It was the best part. It always is. Yeah, while we love our Rams and we love our football, you can't beat free food.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes that's the best perk of doing stuff like this. But I was hoping to see what the Rams would try to do to combat those miscues. But really, I don't have an answer yet.
It's kind of just a head scratcher so far. So just another recap. Heelan had a 9-7 lead. They kicked it off to Glenwood to open the second half. Glenwood fumbled that kickoff. Heelan took over at the Glenwood 17-yard line. Very next play, Grant Hogue hits Deontay Walker on a seam route down the middle for a touchdown. So now, with 11:40 to go in the third quarter, Pena will have another deep kick there, and that one will go deep into the end zone. And this is something that's a little underrated, Zach, but this Pena kid for Sioux City Heelan has a leg.
Absolutely. And usually in high school, from my experience, you don't really talk about kickers a lot. But you get those kickers, you get touchbacks, that eliminates opportunities to get big returns. So that's something that's really benefited Bishop Heelan. And by the way, your description a couple seconds ago is probably longer than the entire time spent so far in this half.
So here we go. The Rams will now have the ball down by 8. First down and 10 at their own 20. And it's going to be a motion penalty. Looks like the motion man might have moved early. That was Shooty coming along. And now the Ram fans getting a little anxious here. We're hearing some parents scream, play smart football. And that is not something the Rams have done.
No, it's been sloppy football. And usually you have something to counteract why it's been sloppy football. Like, it's been raining, so the field's muddy, especially since, here at Ray Memorial Field, it's natural grass. But we haven't had that.
No,
it's
just
a nice
been
night.
Sloppy football. It's inevitable. You can't avoid that fact right now, and the Rams are really going to have to clean this up if they want to come back and win this game.
Instead of getting your stick-em gloves, you put butter on your fingers.
Right. 1st and 10, and a complete pass here from Carr to Deshaun McVay. McVay breaking tackles, still on his feet. McVay has some room, 45-50, 45-40. McVay's down the sideline, he's gone, and he is finally tripped up at the 16-yard line. Heelan had McVay wrapped up 3 different times. He kept fighting for yardage, and all of a sudden he breaks loose, and the Rams with a huge play.
That was one of those plays where you see it develop, and the only thing you think in your head is that play is going. And that play should have gone to a house. However, that shoestring tackle at the end really was a break of luck for Heelan, but that is a huge amount of momentum for the Rams.
Deshaun McVay, we haven't called his name a lot. He's been playing quite a bit, but he doesn't really touch the ball often. Obviously, the Rams saw something. Obviously, the offensive coordinator, Coach John Tarks, had something that he saw in the first half, knew that play would be open, and Carr delivered a beautiful ball in the pocket, and Deshaun McVay made a huge play.
Even looking at the camera, because in between plays, I typically look at the camera to make sure I'm actually following the play. There was a bubble around him.
This time it's a toss to Carter, and Carter lost the ball. Carter fumbles the ball. And waiting on a call, Heelan has it. Unbelievable. So a huge play from the Rams. Once again, null and void, as the Rams, with their 5th fumble on the night. Do you even have words?
Well, if it wasn't for that breeze, I'd say you can hear and feel the wind get sucked out of this crowd after that huge play, and just all that momentum in the crowd, and then you have that fumble happen, just breaks all of that away. And
Ram players over here throwing helmets and slamming stuff down, throwing water bottles, and that, Zach, is not something you want to see. That means their spirits are down, and they're going to have to make a big shift in momentum here if they want to try to come back to win this game. So 2 turnovers already here in the first half, and now Heelan will take over at their own 13-yard line with a 1st down and 10.
The momentum way behind the tails of the Crusaders.
Handoff up the middle to Schiltz. Schiltz has a little room at first, and it's plugged up quickly as Schiltz get down to about the 16-yard line, a gain of 2 or 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down for Heelan. So with 10:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter, we just started the 2nd half. Heelan came out of the gate, forced a fumble on the kickoff, scored a touchdown, and now the Rams with a huge play, but once again fumbled the ball and gave it back to Heelan, and now the Crusaders with a 2nd down and 8 at their own 15-yard line.
If I'm the Crusaders, I say shoot your shot right now. You have players visibly disappointed on the sideline.
And a play action, and he is sacked. That's Cole Mayberry once again in the backfield making plays, and if the Rams are somehow able to squeak this out, Cole Mayberry is our player of the game so far.
He's really been the saving grace for this defense. And quite frankly, kind of the Rams' entire team, because let's face it, he doesn't make some of these plays. It's not an 8-point deficit. It's more than that.
Block and the tackles in the backfield and that 3rd down conversion. He's on fire tonight. So the sack makes it 3rd down and 11 from their own 12 for Heelan. Ode comes out, shotgun, spread field, drops back, has time, looks across the middle, and looks to the far sideline, and it is caught, but he's short of the 1st down. That's Olsen on the reception, down to about the 22-yard line, a gain of 10 when they needed 11, and it looks like Heelan's not going to take any chances here. But the way they've been punting the ball, I don't know if I would either.
But if you're Glenwood, you definitely want to watch for that fake punt, because you're in prime territory. It's 4th and 2 now. That's still 2 yards. You get a fake punt, you give it to the guy a couple of yards behind the line, about 5, 6, 7. Ram running off the field. That could be a 1st down for the offense.
Rams, lots of confusion on the punt team. Another huge punt from Bailu as Palmer takes it at the 45, covered well. Palmer takes a tackle down to the 50, and he has a little bit of excitement, but was eventually tripped up at the 46-yard line. So about a 9-yard return there for John Palmer, and the Rams will take over with pretty good field position here at the Heelan 46-yard line. 9:26 to go in the 3rd quarter, 15-7, Bishop Heelan with the lead. And, Zach, the Rams need to get something going.
They really do. This is going to be not the critical drive, but it's a very critical drive of seeing at least do something. Get a couple of yards. Get momentum going back to your tail. Get rid of that frustration on the sideline.
Carr under center on first down. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to pass. Lots of traffic. Now he goes to the outside. Pass was behind his intended receiver, John Palmer. And as I said, lots of traffic. On that play, you just had a lot of guys surrounding Carr. When they run those passes, they're not spreading the field like Heelan does. They're kind of all in a bunch, and they try to throw it out of that bunch.
You're not seeing a lot of straight dropbacks. You're seeing a lot of rollouts in this game with the passing, which, from our angle up here, you can see the end, whatever the opposite side of the run is, just break open and allow pressure to come in, and maybe that's what's causing, these behind-the-back throws. But also, he's throwing against his body, which is a very hard way to get accuracy.
Especially for a high school quarterback. Second down and 10. Carr rolls out this time to his right, fires to the outside, incomplete. Pass was intended for, it looked like, number 88, Ryan Bloom. Rams wanted a flag, but that throw was so off the mark, I don't think the refs are going to throw anything.
No, I think that's thrown more inside than maybe you get a pass interference, or I'm not sure if they have it in high school, but a holding call on the defender. Unfortunately, the ball was outside, and in their mind to catch the ball, but it's thrown into traffic. Two-man coverage, not a smart move.
Yeah, you're not going to get that call a lot either.
No.
So Carr comes out in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Drops back, pressure quickly, and he is going to be sacked. No protection there on the play as Carr was hit late. Ram fans angry. No flag there. Ram fans get mad about that, but Carr shook off that first tackle and then tried to move forward a little more and then was hit hard. So, it wasn't really a late hit. Carr was still fighting for yardage, and in my humble opinion, if a quarterback's still fighting for yardage, he should be able to be hit and with no flag.
Exactly. But I think it could be something that has finally come to Glenwood for the first time in a long while, which is excellence in football. So seeing struggle like this
that's a good point.
Very counteractive to what fans have seen the last couple of years.
Nooser out to punt it. This time it's a good one, and it will land at the 20 and jump back to about the 12. Still rolling, and Nooser finally with a pretty good punt as he gets it down to the 7-yard line.
That was a nice punt. Ball had legs on it, kept moving. It looked like it was going to go out maybe around the 12, 13-yard line, but it kept rolling. And see if the Rams can do something here. From Bishop Heelan, though, I think I try to sucker him in, run it 1 or 2 times right up the middle, try to get him almost run a prevent, because usually this far back, you would run an I formation power set safe plays to at least give you options to get closer, but I say sucker him in with 1 or 2 plays and then just gun it downfield.
So Heelan comes out in the spread this time. Hogue in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from their own 7. Hogue takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Schultz up the middle. Schultz has nowhere to go as he's down at about the 5-yard line. A loss of a yard or two there. Nice push there from the defensive lineman, Greg Topetti. Topetti, another guy that was hurt last week, did not play. This time he's in there making plays.
Something I always watch for in that trip set that you have with the three receivers on the far side. Something that we've only seen a handful of times. Nothing we've seen a lot has been the bubble screen. And running that trips play on the last one, I was waiting to see that happen because that could have been a huge game for me.
Pass to the outside here from Hogue, and it is caught, but a well-defended play there from number 15, the senior cornerback Ryan Leaf, and he's able to make the stop right at the line of scrimmage. So now Heelan facing a pretty big decision here. Do you try to give your punter some more room backed up to your own 5, or do you try to get the first down on 3rd down at about 13 yards?
I think you go for... Well, let's face it, Bishop Heelan's always been only a fingertip away from a huge play, so I think you just gun it. Especially with how the offense, the Rams in general have been acting this half.
Hogue back to pass, has time deep down the field, and it is incomplete. Just off the fingertips of his intended receiver. It looks like that was Olsen, and Olsen slow to get up. Does not look good as he hobbles. Excuse me, is that Olsen or Walker? I can't tell if it's 15 or 5.
That's 15. That is
Walker. So if he's out for the rest of the game, that is a big loss, as he has made some huge plays for Heelan so far.
Well, he extended a go for the ball, so that could just be a cramp. But since the way he was just favoring his right leg coming up, but he tried to shoot their shot on that play, and very well,
he called it
close
for sure
to getting that big gain they wanted.
4th and 12 now, punting from his own end zone is Bailu. He hits another nice line drive punt Palmer will catch it at the 45. Palmer to the 40. Palmer dancing around. Now he's running backwards. Now he has some room down across 35, 30. And he's down inside the 25, 20. And Palmer hurling a defender and down to the 15-yard line. That might have been the big play the Rams needed, as they will take over after a 30-yard punt return from John Palmer, as they will take over at the 15-yard line.
What a return. Just looked for his way to get open. Got some teammates to give him some space, and just coming up after that play, you saw him shaking his fist. You saw his teammates slapping him on the head. What a huge play for the Rams. And unfortunately, it looks like we have an injury, so I think we'll step aside, and could be a little bit longer than just a quick talker. So we'll be back in a minute here on GlowoodSports.com. It is a 15-7 Bishop Heelan lead. This is Rams football on GlowoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com. Or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa, Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at glenwoodstatebank.com or give them a call at 712-527-3157.
All right, so we are back here on GlenwoodSports.com. Glenwood football after an injury timeout. The Rams have a first down and 10 from the 16-yard line. That was number 23, Jake Bailu, who has been making plays on both sides of the ball, and he's their punter, so that could be a big injury there for Heelan as we head late into this game. 6:49 to go in the third. It's a 15-7 lead for the Crusaders, and the Rams are knocking on the door here with a first and 10 from the 16 of Heelan after the nice punt return. Carr on the snap. He's going to take the snap and hand it off up the middle. That's Silvius. Nowhere to go. Down, maybe got a yard down to the 15-yard line, and that'll bring up second and long. So the Rams are kind of getting blown up front right now.
They were, and that last play, I don't know about you, but the second I saw the receivers split out or how wide they are, I immediately thought run up the middle, and sure enough, defense did too. So unfortunately, dead giveaway. See what play two is different.
Second and 10 now, as it's going to be a keeper, and now another fumble. Ball's on the ground. Silvius has it on the pitch, and he's still fighting forward, able to make something of nothing there as he's down to about the 14-yard line. Another miscue, though, as on the pitch play, the Crusaders blew it up, and the ball was on the ground. Luckily, Silvius able to get that one back and make something out of it. Gain of about 2 yards. It'll bring up third and long for the Rams.
And we were talking during the break, and you hate to use words like this, but this has just been an abysmal effort almost by the offense. Just for how many times they put the ball on the ground. Usually you see, I don't know, 3 or 4 games before you get this amount of times the ball hit the ground.
3rd and 8. Carr rolls out to his left, fires to the outside, caught by Bloom. Bloom on the far sideline, and he's going to be taken down. It looks like he's going to be close to the first down there as he's dropped at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like that last second stretch by him may have given him the distance, and
That would be big for the Rams here.
They make this measurement over dramatic. It's almost going to be hilarious.
Yep, there we go.
You're right in front of it, dude.
He was right in front of the ball.
If you're literally 2 feet in front of the marker, you can't just look down and look up. You have. Okay.
That was hard. He had it by a solid ball, but it will be a first down, Glenwood. Nice connection there from Carr to Bloom. We haven't seen that a lot, but the Rams able to make it work on third down. Now they have a first and goal, trying to tie this game up. 15-7, Heelan leads. 5:28 to go in the third quarter. Crowd on their feet here. It'll be first and goal from the 5 for Glenwood.
Well, if that measurement sums up this game anyway. It's been, drama, which there's been plenty of in this game.
Carr takes the snap. He's going to be dropped. It looks like it tried to be a quarterback keeper there, a designed quarterback keeper, and Heelan just blowing up the middle of the line there as a loss of about 2 yards brings up second down and goal from about the 7-yard line.
That it looked like he may have tried to do a fake handoff, but man didn't go to the right place.
It was such a huddle of players so fast that it was hard to tell, what they actually tried to do. Heelan was on top of it so quickly.
And that's the difference that, the distance we are and the angles we look at can make.
This is a toss to the outside to Silvius. Silvius has some room down inside the 5. Flag down on the backfield as Silvius is brought down at the 3-yard line. Flag back at the 15, so we will see what that is. Likely where that flag dropped is usually a holding call, but we'll wait for the official.
Could be a block in the back, too, especially with a toss play like that where you...
So the Rams had a decent play, but holding will back them up. So more mistakes as it will now be second down and goal from all the way back at about the 17-yard line after the 10-yard penalty. Ram fans getting frustrated here, and I can see why. The Glenwood just, they'll get something going and then they'll fumble, or they'll get something going and then there'll be a penalty. They just cannot quite finish off drives as now they have third down and I believe it's second down. Yeah, second down and goal from the 18. Carr takes the snap, drops back. It's going to be a swing pass over here to Silvius. Silvius he dropped it. Silvius had it right in his hands. He was wide open with nothing but green grass in front of him, but not able to make the catch.
You could just hear everyone get excited. They knew what was going to happen if should he put his hands on it, but a little bit of an issue with the board. Showing fourth down on that last play.
So now it's third down and goal from all the way back at the 18-yard line. 4:14 to go here in the third quarter. Rams trail 15-7, trying to get some points on the board as they have not been able to do that so far.
I'd say shoot your shot on this play. If your kicker's been hooking it to the left, I think you kind of want the ball where you want it to be, so maybe it swings back to the left and take a shot and hopefully get a point.
Carr's going to toss it to the outside to Schutte. Schutte has the corner, making a cut up the middle, has a little bit of room, but nowhere near the goal line, which was the first down. Schutte a gain of about 5 yards. A standing ovation from this Heelan crowd. The Rams have been inside Heelan territory, in the red zone probably 4 or 5 times, and they've come away with no points, as now they'll bring out the field goal kicker once again. Nooser's 0 for 2 on the night.
Those 2 missed field goals is a huge difference for what this game could have been. Those 2 field goals could have been, instead of 15-7, it could have been 15-13, or maybe.
Fumble on the snap, and that is going to be recovered by Glenwood back at the 30-yard line. So another miscue there. The Rams don't even get to kick that field goal as the fumble on the snap. Carr couldn't handle it, and that will bring up first and 10 for Heelan. So now this is where coaches, players, fans start just clenching their fists. Another miscue there, and now Heelan will take over.
The crazy thing about this game, it's only an 8-point
Isn't that wild? Just thinking the same thing.
But it feels like it might as well be a 30-point game just from how things have been going.
Ram defense has been holding tough, though. We have to give credit where credit's due. The offense has been nothing short of, I don't want to say disaster, but I lack another term, but the defense has just been solid all night long as they will come back out on the field. It'll be first and 10 from their own 28 for Heelan. Handoff up the middle to Schultz. Schultz has room now, 35, 40. Schultz down the sideline, 45, and he's finally brought down at the 49-yard line by Cooper Silvius. Finally, Tommy Schultz breaks one free for a big gain there for Heelan.
And now we'll come into play kind of what we looked at on our cue sheet of yardage from last game. Is this when he'll start not only him, but also Bishop Heelan start to break this game open and really take advantage, especially for the amount of miscues that this offense has had for the Rams.
Ram defense trying to hold tough once again. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 49 for the Crusaders. Hogue in the shotgun takes the snap. It's another zone handoff there up the middle to Schiltz. Schiltz fighting forward. Was stopped at the line, but was able to dive forward for about 2 yards, so a gain of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for Heelan as we near 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
And that second run, I don't know if you saw it, but it looked like he was running hard on that play. So maybe he's starting to really pick up momentum, and we'll see how long, if they keep that up, how long that goes to his teammates. And got a Ram down on the field, putting on new pads.
2nd down and 8. Ball on the Glenwood 49-yard line. Ram stack the box. Hogue back to pass. Has time. Fires deep across the middle, and it is incomplete. A wonderful play there by, it looks like that was John Lee, the senior safety, who is in man-to-man coverage. And he was kind of beat there down the middle, but he was able to get his hand inside the catching basket there of the receiver and able to knock it away. A nice play there from the senior defensive back.
What a job the secondary in general has done tonight. There's been so many plays that the Crusaders have run that the secondary for the Rams have just made mistakes happen, whether that's just getting their hands in it and causing that fingertip. But on this next play, look at the far sideline for her.
5 wide here for Hogue. Pressure it quickly, and he's going to fire it deep to the outside, and it's incomplete. Flag down. Pass interference is going to be the call on Lee.
That's pretty obvious on there, but
that's tough, though. That throw was way off. I mean, I can see where Ram fans are coming from.
But unfortunately,
the refs didn't see it that way, and that's on the far sideline, so we can't really see that over here. But you know that I do have, like I said earlier, we have to give credit where credit's due, and that pressure there up the middle from the Rams was just top of the line.
This secondary's really been causing that job, and really this has been the only miscue for the secondary. Ram fan, get here, here's the mic. Really summarizing how I think everyone in this stadium feels, whether you're a player on the field, player on the bench, student, family member, fan, even here in the press box.
Ram defense still trying to hold tough after the interference call. It's 1st and 10 from the 35. Hogue, a quick pass across the middle, was behind his receiver. It looked like that was Walker. So after going out of the game, Walker comes back in. So we talked about his injury earlier, but he's right back in the game now.
So probably just a cramp.
He was open on that play, had the ball in his hands, but you can't really blame him on that one as Hogue put it behind him.
Something really going on down on the Rams sideline. That's been grabbing my attention. It's almost, for how this game has gone, you almost look for distractions to keep you from thinking what this game has been like so far.
2nd and 10 now, 35-yard line of Glenwood for the Crusaders. Hogue takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Schiltz, and they snuffed that one out perfectly. Noah Carter and Eli Bales, the senior duo in the backfield, and that is a lot of years of experience there between those two guys. So many varsity football games that they've played in their life, and that shows right there as they snuffed that out like a dime.
We've been repeating this because really it's been the true theme of this game. The Ram defense has been so good in this game, mainly the secondary, but then you have those moments where the line just takes things over.
Hogue comes out with trips to his right. Now he's going to look deep down to his left, and that is overthrown. So the Ram defense holds tough once again, and Heelan will bring the punt team out.
Now I wonder if we can't just get the defense to play offense too. Let's go. Let's go old school, full-blown Iron Man football. Let's go arena rules. Maybe if we shrunk down the field, it would be better for the Rams.
Put the goalposts in front of the end zone.
The entire
or is that Canadian?
No, that's Canadian.
Okay.
And the end zone's 20 or 30 yards.
I get my leagues mixed up.
Well,
maybe let them start running forward before the snap too.
Yeah, send 20 yards back.
So he went out to punt here. This is Bailu back into the game, and that was almost blocked. Palmer will take it at his own 1-yard line, and he just barely gets out. That was not a good decision from John Palmer. If he would have let that go, it would have bounced into the end zone for a touchback, but instead, Palmer catches it at the 1, able to fight out of his own end zone and get it back to about the 2-yard line. So that's where the Rams will take over with their backs against the wall. Another special teams miscue.
that was just not being aware of where you are on the field. And some players for Heelan were wanting to have a safety throwing up their arms, but not really how it works. Forward progression had him about the 1 or 2 yard line. Looks like we could actually spot him at the 3.
So 1st and 10 now for the Rams. Ball on their own 4. 1:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Carr under center, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, this time to the outside. It looks like that is Silvius there on the carry. And he's down to about the 6-yard line, so a 2-yard gain there on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down for the Rams.
Looks like this offense of the Rams is starting to get almost too easy for the Crusader defense. Easy.
Time to mix things up, I would say.
Get more Wildcat going on, but more field space would be nice between you and the back of the end zone.
2nd down and 8 from the 6. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. 15-7, Heelan leads. Rams pinned against their own end zone. Carr comes out in the shotgun, drops back. Carr, pressure. Now he's going to keep it himself. Carr has room. He's out across the 20, and Carr is finally taken down at the 22-yard line. So Carr, not as indecisive as we've seen him, decided, hey, I see green grass. I'm just going to get some yards. Gets them out of the back of their own end zone, and now they have a 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
You don't necessarily need a huge play. You just need something to get you yards, give you more room.
Good decision from Carr there.
That was a very smart decision and turned out well. Let's see if the offense can get more things like that to happen in this drive.
Rams just looking for yards here. 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Carr comes out under center, takes the snap. He's going to roll out, and he's almost sacked. Now he dumps it off to Carter. Carter hurdles a man across the 30, and he's taken down to the 35. And Carter is fired up as he wants this win so badly in his senior season, as he's out across the 30 to the 35, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Rams. So Carr was almost sacked, was able to fend off the defender, and then dump it off to Carter for a nice gain of about 12 yards.
You're starting to see more just momentum pick up. They're trying to bring their own momentum, which really, if you just need one guy to do one play, and we've had that happen the last 2 plays, where you get one guy to do one play, and that gets them going and see it translate as final seconds of the quarter wind down.
Carr's going to take the snap before the 3rd quarter ends, and now a pass to the outside, and it is almost intercepted. It was off the fingertips of Palmer. It bounced off the chest of a Heelan defender, and that play is going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So a wild game, a turnover-ridden game for the Rams, but the defense holding tough as they trail 15-7 to Bishop Heelan as we head to the 4th. Stay tuned as we're going to take a break. This is Glenwood Football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at Barrett.
So we're back here on GlenwoodSports.com. Nick Stavas alongside Zach Blunt here on Glenwood Sports here at Ram Memorial Field. We are just about set to go here as we start the 4th quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, 12 minutes left to go in this Class 3A non-district matchup between Bishop Heelan and Glenwood. Rams trail 15-7 as they start the 4th quarter with a 2nd down and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
And that's 12 minutes to try to rewrite this entire game.
Carr in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, and that's going to be a false start on the Rams. I saw it. I didn't know if they were going to call it, but it looks like they blew the play dead.
Both teams have been kind of jumpy in this game so far, but that motion was just early enough to warrant the 5 yards.
So that will bring up second down and 15 from their own 30 as we start the 4th quarter.
You have 2 big plays at the end of 3rd quarter, and then you start with a false start. So not exactly how you want to start your last quarter of play.
2nd and 15, ball on their own 30. Rams split the receivers out, getting that single file line. Now they run to the line. Carr's going to stay in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. He's looking, fires to the outside, and it is just over the head of Deshaun McVeigh, the senior. It looked like the defender, Olsen, might have slipped on that. Or excuse me, that's not Olsen. That is number 4, Michael Risk. And it looked like he might have fallen over there. McVeigh was open, but unable to make the grab as the pass was over his head. McVeigh comes hobbling off the field now.
Deshaun got up from that play, and a Heelan defender helped him get up. But just his body language, just tell he was frustrated. He didn't get that. But that's not on all him, too. That ball was a little high.
It's 3rd down and 15 now for the Rams. Carr in the shotgun, drops back. Looking, pressure coming now. Carr is going to be wrapped up at the 30-yard line. No gain on the play, and the Ram offense once again stalling out.
I really think this next possession, Carr's doing all he can. You had to break down how things have been going. It's really been the line that's been issues for this offense because of not giving the amount of time. Yes, the ball has been on the ground a handful of times, but sometimes that could be not being able to get the time you need. So I think, get the coach on the line and tell him to, ask him what's going on and figure out what they need to do because we're under 11, we're just over 11 minutes, but really need to get something going.
Newser to punt the ball. It's a high punt. Olsen will take it. No, he will wave it off. Hits at the 40. It's going to roll inside the 30, and it's going to be downed by number 34. That's Cole Foose, who picks it up at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Crusaders will take over.
Nice punt, though. Give him some distance on that. Looks like Coach Woodrow's talking to a player right now. Down in front of us.
Ryan Bloom.
Probably getting play calls going into the play.
Bloom and Silvius, ever since that injury of Bales earlier, Silas Bales, the sophomore safety who had the pick six last week, he broke his ankle earlier this week in practice. So now there's kind of a 2-platoon safety kind of deal going on between Silvius and Bloom. They've both been making plays back there all night. This time it's Bloom into the game for the Rams as Heelan will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27. He's going to take the snap, hands it up the middle to Schiltz. Schiltz, not a lot of room there as he's down at about the 29, a gain of a yard or two, and that'll bring up 2nd down for the Crusaders.
I don't know if people watching the game on GlowingSports.com can see, but there's only really one player that's not playing on the line of scrimmage, and that's Bloom, and he looks like he's about 15 yards behind. So usually, you have your cover 2, 3, 4 shells trying to prevent anything. Well, for how far he's playing, it's almost 4-2-5 scheme with a way back safety.
Play action. He's going to look deep, and he overthrew his man. He had Olsen wide open down the sideline, but it was way over his head as just slinged that one. I mean, that was about 15 yards over his head there.
That's getting too excited because you know what can come from it.
Yep.
That's Lane Kiffin running down the sideline going, we got a touchdown, and then nothing happens, and you're going, well, I look like an idiot.
Lane Kiffin, he might be an idiot either way.
He's a gift to the college football world, let's face it.
3rd and 9. Hogue back to pass. Looking across the middle, incomplete. Pass intended. It looks like number 19, that's Benton. So that will bring up 3rd down. So punt. Both defenses playing well right now.
That last play, way behind his receiver, and you saw him jump back and try to receive it, extend, but even that was way past him. So it's almost a story of this game could be also quarterback inaccuracy, whether or not that's feeling pressure or just getting excited and not getting set.
Hunting is Bailu. Back to receive is Palmer. He had a 30-yard return that set up the Rams nicely earlier. Palmer's going to fumble this one. Palmer muffed the punt, and that is going to be recovered.
They may call this out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced out of bounds before the Heelan player was able to recover it. So Rams catch a break there as they will take over on their own 36-yard line. And I just wanted to touch on something here. Schiltz has been running the ball decent so far. They've had success and not success. If you're Heelan at this point, 10 minutes to go in the game, the way Glenwood's moving the ball, I just kind of wonder why they keep throwing it deep. Why not run this, try to work this clock? I mean, we're into the fourth quarter now, and Schultz is not running poorly.
That's what I'm wondering. You know the Ram offense is either going to run the ball because we have a receiver coming out here way outside the line, but been pretty predictable as they've been able to figure this out.
Carr's going to hand the ball off here. It looked like he might have had it on the rollout, but
and it looks
Carter
like
on the carry.
Stop for forward progression there.
So Carter got nowhere. Maybe a yard on the play down to the 37, so it'll become 2nd down and 9 as we are under 10 minutes to go here in this game. 15-7, Heelan leads. Both offenses unable to get much going here in the second half ever since Heelan came out and scored right away in the second half. As Glenwood will have a 2nd down and 9 on the 37.
Nick, I don't know about you, but watching this, I'm starting to... It's really hard to keep composure, but you just want to go, come on, guys.
Another handoff up the middle here from Noah Carter, and I think I'm right there with you. They just, they have the talent, they have the players. They just keep making mental errors, and if they could just clean up those mental errors, they would be okay with how good their defense has been. Their defense is just almost unbreakable. I mean, they've allowed 15 points for how many turnovers they've had. To only be down 8 points is truly impressive, and if the Rams can just get something going on offense here in these last 9 minutes of this game, they could sneak out a victory here, but first they have to convert on 3rd and 7. Carr takes the snap, and he's going to be sacked right away. Rolled out and dropped. That is number 23. It looked like that was 23 or 19. 19, that's Dawson Fenton. So Fenton making plays on both sides of the ball here. He had a sack earlier in the game, and he has another one. Not only was that a sack, but that was I guess they spotted at the 33, so that wasn't a huge loss, but it looked like he lost a lot of yardage there.
That could almost be the line. Maybe the line's finally gone. He busted through untouched.
Rams trying to make adjustments here. Neusser back out to punt once again. Snap is on the ground. Neusser scoops it up. He's able to recover nicely there as he punts it down to about the 43, and it's out of bounds. Right around, I would say, the 40-yard line is where Heelan will take over. So it's kind of just the battle of field position right now.
I think we mentioned this, but the Crusaders should just absolutely not throw the ball anymore. They can easily move the ball on the ground. Even though this has been a great defensive effort, the Rams, they could break any point. One more run could be the straw that breaks the camel's back and finally get,
really one run both sides, honestly. I mean, one run from Glenwood ties this game, or essentially could tie this game. One run from Heelan could break this game open. It's just kind of suspenseful here as we've been sitting here at this 15-7 score for almost a full, 14 minutes here in the second half. Just waiting for something big to happen, but we just keep seeing pretty good defense and a lot of punts.
I'm having multiple flashbacks right now, and I'll tell you about them here after this play.
42-yard line, 1st down and 10, fires across the middle, incomplete. It looks like he intercepted it. It might have been picked off. Interception there, a huge play. It looked like it was the senior linebacker Eli Bales with another huge pick. He had a huge interception last week against Carroll. He comes up with another one on the deflection there, and you just have to wonder, why are the Crusaders continuing to throw the ball?
That ball, pinball, and that's situations like this, exactly that question. Why are they throwing it? Are you trying to bust open this game? The Rams have proven they're not going to let you pass on them. So
another huge play from the Glenwood defense, and now the Rams come back out on offense. 1st and 10 from the Heelan 47. Under 8 minutes to go. Carr rolls out, looking, and he's going to be dropped. And Carr fighting forward there. He looks like he might have been wrapped up in the backfield, but he was able to fight forward to the 45. A gain of about a yard or two there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Carr really trying to do all he can on that last play, just move the ball. He's sensing that time is running down. You really need to get going. And this game, I can think of a couple games, but I'll stick to the one with Glenwood back in 2011 up in Sergeant Bluff, Lutton, trailing 9-0 in the 4th quarter with less time than this.
Miscue on the snap, and Heelan has it. The snap was over Carr's head, and another fumble, another turnover, and the Crusaders will take over at the Ram 40-yard line.
I know you just want to fall on the ground and scream right now. Your entire body is almost below the table. And,
Oh, man.
This is just miscue central. And Carr.
I mean, that's
really
the snap there. You know, this Carr couldn't do anything about that. That was. I mean, that didn't even look like it was anywhere near him. It wasn't. It's not even like it was over his head. It was almost all the way on the other side of the field. But he tried his best to recover it. Heelan able to recover it. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 41 now for Heelan. They're going to try to put this game away with 7:16 to go in the 4th quarter and an 8-point lead.
Unfortunately, I don't think he could get mad basketball hop so much football pads.
Handoff up the middle to Schultz. Schultz has some room down across the 35-30. Schultz down the sideline 25, and he's taken down inside the Glenwood 25 at about the 24-yard line. So, Zach, could that have been the bust-open run that Heelan has been waiting for?
That very well could have been. Back was calling for his defenders to block a Ram. Couldn't quite get it loose, and the Rams swarmed in to get him. But
what amazes me about Schultz and the way he's run tonight, that awareness to have, like, go block that guy. That is just something you don't see a lot from a high school running back.
You don't. That puts you on a whole nother level than everyone else around you.
7:08 to go. 1st and 10 from the 23 for Heelan. Same play again. Zone run again, and this time the Rams snuffed it out as Schultz carries it up the middle, and he thought he was never down, but he gets back up and runs the ball, but nowhere to go there. They're going to call him down at the 23. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
You can tell he's just really wanting to bust one open.
6:45, clock is running.
This is one of the moments where you wish you had a stat board right in front of you just to really pull out, because we don't see the stats. We probably won't see it until after this game's over, but I'm guessing you could just tell a total difference.
They're going to go deep on this one. Hogue has his receiver, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. That could have been the dagger in the heart of the Rams with 6:28 to go, trying to get a number on that receiver on the far sideline. But Hogue hit him, and they forgot to cover him as they ran him out of the swing pass.
That's the play that they were probably looking for. It's probably why they kept passing.
It looked like it was number 3, Camden Lee, on the reception there for Heelan. So now swinging gate formation here for the Crusaders.
And you just feel all the energy out here at the field just completely gone now.
Kick is up, and it is shanked. Not a good kick there. Maybe that's why they went for 2 last time. So,
I didn't realize Mark Helfrich was their special teams coordinator.
6:26 to go here in the game. 21-7, Heelan leads after the 23-yard connection from Brant Hogue to Camden Lee for the touchdown. So the Rams gotta try to make quite the comeback, and that would be quite the comeback if they can pull something off here.
Depending on how the defense could still do spectacular like they have been all game, but unfortunately that was it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, just by how this offense has been going tonight for the Rams. Just really, really been tougher than the ball. At this point, you look at the scoreboard, you see that 7 points underneath the Rams, and you're just wondering how.
So,
looking down in the crowd in front of us, seeing a lot of people with their hands folded and just kind of watching. Holy snap!
So we have some scores here around the area. This isn't really relevant to the Rams because they don't really play them, but an area team here. Thomas Jefferson leads Sioux City North 71-49 in the 3rd quarter. That's over 100 points scored in that game, and we're sitting here at 21-7 thinking we might have a barn burner. That is out of control. 71-49. Thomas Jefferson with the lead, as it looks like Pena out to kick off here for Sioux City Heelan. We'll get you some more scores around the area here in a second. As Pena boots it deep, it looked like it's going to be Palmer here from the 5-yard line, and he caught it with his knee down. So that will spot the Rams at the 5-yard line. Another miscue on special teams as he caught it with his knee down at the 5, and that's where they spot him.
I almost just don't want to talk about this game anymore just from all the miscues. But what I was going to say, looking at that PJ score, oh man. I don't know if people know this, but for a little while I did television up in Council Bluffs. And to watch just the program built for Thomas Jefferson AL has been just absolutely spectacular. So You tell that to probably a lot of alums for TJ. They're probably going to be going, what?
First and 10 from their 0-5 for the Rams. Carr back to pass. Pressure coming. Carr's going to spin out of a tackle. Now still looking for some room. Now cutting it back up the middle, and he's finally going to be wrapped up at about the 8-yard line. A gain of 2 or 3 on the play. So some other scores around the area here. Lewis Central taking care of Carlisle on the road, 34-7. They have the lead. It looks like St. Albert with a 30-6 lead over Trainer. Creston with after losing last week in overtime, week 1 heartbreaker in overtime. Creston takes care of business in Atlantic as they defeat the Trojans 43-20.
That's the kind of improvement over 1 week that you kind of hope, just looking at the score, that would have happened with the Rams. Unfortunately, not taking place. We'll go through more scores here, seeing that his injury timeout looks like a cramp. And with how it's probably a lot cooler out here than the press box. And here in the press box, it's got a lot more stagnant air. But it's at least the second cramp. You can see him stretching it out.
So it looks like ADM is tied with Perry. Lot different from 71-49. Perry and ADM tied at 3-3 at the end of the third quarter. That was the most recent update in that game. Winterset is winning 18-10 over Bondurant, so they have a lead there. Winterset trying to bounce back from their first week 1 loss, and trying to find a Harlan score here.
I think at halftime I had them at 20-14, but who knows how that game went. They had a 20-point lead, and that vaporized with Sergeant Bluff. Oh, there we go. Second quarter, looks like they haven't
updated it yet. So still looking at a 20-14 score. We'll try to get a more recent score on the Harlan game there.
That could be under delay, though, because they're starting to get some
Oh, here we go. This tweet was 9 minutes ago. Sergeant Bluff scores to start the fourth quarter, and now the Cyclones lead 26-21. So at one point in the game, we saw Harlan was up 20-0. Sergeant Bluff comes back. They score a touchdown. They score a couple touchdowns, and now a close game there. I believe that game is in Harlan, as Sergeant Bluff and Harlan 26-21. The Cyclones have the lead there. Harlan defeated Denison last week 49-7, so they're looking to start their season 2-0. The Rams have some work to do if they're going to start their season 2-0, as they have a second down and 8 from their own 7, down 2 scores with 6:05 to go here in the game. Carr in the shotgun. Drops back. Carr. Pressure coming. He's going to keep it himself. Carr has some room. He breaks free. Carr has some room down the sideline, 20-25, and he's finally shoved out at the 27. So, Zach, you have to appreciate the effort from Zach Carr here right now.
Zach Carr really, you can start telling about midway through that third quarter, really trying to will his team. You've been starting to see a lot more quarterback keepers here in the second half, seeing that the Crusader defense has just flat out been stopping the running backs.
Rams moving quickly now, 5:47 to go in the game. Rollout pass here for Carr. He's going to fire it to the outside, and it looked like that one was batted down. That's number 69. That's Brandon Carnes on the deflection there on the line. So that will stop, the clock was already stopped from the out of bounds, so that will keep the clock stopped. 5:43 to go. Rams still moving quickly, though. Second down and 8 from their own 27-yard line. High snap, Carr handles it, keeps it up the middle, and not much there as he's down at about the 29, a gain of a yard or two, and that'll bring up third down and long for the Rams. With 5:33 left to go, Zach, these runs are probably not going to do the trick.
No, but really, you have to wonder how many pass plays are in the Glenwood playbook.
Carr from the shotgun on third down. Looks to the outside, and it is caught. Nice pass and nice pitch and catch there. It looks like that was this junior John Palmer. So Carr able to hit Palmer down at about the 45-yard line, a gain of 15 yards on the play, and a first down for the Rams. So Glenwood moving the ball. Clock stopped to the first down at 5:17 to go. Rams need 2 touchdowns at 21-7 Heelan. Carr, high snap. Here comes he lost the ball, and Heelan scoops it up, and he's taking it back all the way down to the Glenwood 20-yard line, and that might just about do it. Another fumble. That is, from my unofficial count, the 7th or 8th fumble for the Rams tonight, and the Crusaders will take over, and that, with 5:08 to go, Zach, that might just do it.
Carr ripping his helmet off, walking back to the sideline, and he's pretty slow. He's probably at his wits' end.
I can't imagine the frustration.
Just the toll he's been taking, starting to kind of hold his chest. Just looked like he got pretty good. There was a Bishop defender talking to him. Don't know if maybe that was, trying to give him some encouragement getting back up, or if that was maybe some trash talk.
Heelan in full control of this game, 21-7. They have the lead. Now they have a 1st and 10 at the Glenwood 19-yard line. Hogue comes out in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Schultz. Schultz breaks a tackle, and he's still fighting forward for yardage. Down inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line goes Tommy Schultz, and he will have a 2nd down and about 2 or 3 now for Heelan.
You can tell this defense, they've
been on this field so much. It's just...
You have to wonder what the play count could be for this defense. I would have to guess somewhere in the 60s, if not maybe low 70s. But you can tell they're just beat up. They still want to try to conjure something. But the last play, you can tell they're
well, and what
barely
we've been
hanging
talking
on.
about for how much they've been on the field, this Glenwood defense has just had an outstanding game. I mean, to only be down, and we still keep saying that to only be down 14 points with almost 10 turnovers. I mean, that's just a complete effort from the defense, but at some point you have to say there's only so much the defense can do.
You tell someone that there's 10 turnovers in a game, they ask back, so when did they start the clock?
Yeah.
We haven't had that. We've had a normal game clock. We haven't had to do any accelerated time. It's only 21-7. And you wonder, even just half of those turnovers.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Especially that last one, that car essentially just spiked into the ground trying to kill the ball, and hope that his man could pick it up and do something. But looking down at the sideline, you can tell they're just
they're beat.
They're beat. They're just waiting for that clock to hit 0. And I'm sure Coach Foss is not going to be pleased and with the locker room talk about how the team did. And hopefully this next week, the good thing is it's a non-district game. This won't count against you in district. And I'm not exactly sure. You mentioned this. They redid the playoff system.
They redid the playoff system, so, essentially it is true that it doesn't count against the district, but every game does matter with that new RPI system. So almost much more this year than last year, the non-district games matter. Last year you could lose all your non-district games and still make the playoffs. This year, this loss is going to count for the Rams.
But you'd almost want this kind of performance this early in the season.
That is true. But they do need to clean some stuff up here.
They got a lot of clean up. I don't think some is enough.
Heelan comes out in a quad formation, drops back to pass. They're going to fire it to the end zone, and that's incomplete. Heelan still passing the ball here. Obviously, the passing game is their bread and butter if they continue to go back to it, trying to put this game on ice with 4:20 to go here in the game.
I figured that your bread and butter would be, your shotgun zone read game. Sorry, not zone read. Inside zone run game with how much yardage their back put up last week and then probably how much he's put up this week.
3rd down and 4. Heelan on the Glenwood 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Schultz, and he is stopped. A beautiful play there, trying to get a number on the tackler there.
Looks like number 6, maybe. There is a one. Or 14.
Number 14, that's going to be Brett Maurer. So it's a loss of about 2 or 3 yards there. Heelan going to keep the offense out there on 4th down.
Defense not wanting to quit. 21 on the board, but
they might just be running this clock out too.
That could be it.
3:48 to go. Heelan with a 21-7 lead over Glenwood. They have the ball, 4th and 8 at the Glenwood 17.
You can tell they're just going to burn this clock and run it down as far as they can. So once that clock hits 1, yep, there it is.
So a timeout with 3:34. So Heelan was going to talk this one over. This would be a good time to thank our sponsors here. Jim Hughes Real Estate, Marty Stavis State Farm, Greg Young Chevrolet, Barrett Auto Center, and Glenwood State Bank, our sponsors. We could not bring you this game tonight without them. A huge thank you to them and their continued support of not only GlenwoodSports.com, but Glenwood Athletics as a whole, as we bring you this game live video and audio tonight. Next week, Kemper comes to town. We will have that game on GlenwoodSports.com. So tune into that. The Rams
might have to dust off the record book to see when the last time these two played.
That is absolutely right. Kemper, last time I checked, was ranked in the top 10. They defeated in 2A. They defeated St. Albert last week. I didn't get a score on them yet tonight, but we will probably have that in at least an article or a tweet update on Glenwood Sports. So stay tuned for that. So the Rams now coming back. Ram defense now coming back out onto the field. We'll see what the Heelan Crusaders. It looks like they're going to kick the ball here. It'd be about a 35-yard field goal here for Jesus Pena.
Well, you'd almost this is almost a smart call rather than just kneeling it. Because let's face it, how this offense is going, you could do whatever. You can run straight backwards all 60 yards or however far it is to the end zone and still be perfectly fine.
Kick is up, and it is no good. So with 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter, possibly a little bit of life here for the Rams, but they're going to need a miracle here. Down 21-7. They still have 3 timeouts left, so they're going to need to move the ball quickly, though.
Carr coming back onto the field, and you're just wondering maybe what the coaches told the players on the sideline while the defense was on the field. Do you try to play for pride, or do you try to try to tie it up with the 3.5 minutes to go?
It's still feasible, and crazier things have happened. But the Rams are going to need to start right now. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Down by 2 scores. 3:30 to go in the game. Carr takes the snap, drops back. Looking deep across the middle, and it is caught! That's caught! And it is taken down at the 45-yard line. That was John Palmer. A huge reception there. It's a gain of about 35 yards all the way down to the 45-yard line of Heelan. So now Glenwood rolling, 3:23 to go. Clock is stopped due to the first down. Now the ball is spotted and the clock will run again.
Palmer just trying to do all he could to stay up and get away from his defender. Unfortunately stumbled.
So Carr back to pass once again. They're going to look deep this time to Ryan Bloom, and it is incomplete over the head of Ryan Bloom. And both players down now. They are both slow to get up here.
Looks like it landed awkwardly. Bloom, I could definitely tell, looks like he's holding his forearm on that. I'm not sure about the Heelan defender.
So 3:14 to go now. Rams with a little bit of life after that big play.
Another player coming off the field. Looks like they just got up.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Carr on the shotgun, takes the snap, pressure coming, looks to the outside, and it's caught by Bloom at the 40, and Bloom down to about the 36-yard line, taken out of bounds by the Heelan defender. So now 3:08 to go, and the Rams moving the ball finally.
As this game progresses, one of the things I'm steadily wondering if they have any plays in the playbook that aren't rollouts.
Yeah.
Because remembering back to adding more drama to this game.
They're going to measure it here, see if the Rams had the first down on 2nd down.
But what I was going to say, remembering some of Coach Albert's playbook, I think the play I remember most was 580 curl, and it looks a lot like the rollouts we've been seeing in this game.
So the stretch and a first down. So the Rams have a first down. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the Heelan 36-yard line. 3:08 to go. Bishop Heelan with a 21-7 lead. Rams trying to get back into this game here late in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 from the 34 for Glenwood. Clock is stopped.
I'm almost wondering, though, if that measurement might have hurt Glenwood because...
Yeah, now you kind of let that Heelan defense regroup. They were hitting quickly. Carr runs up under center. Takes the snap, rolls out. Pressure coming. Fires across the middle. Caught. That is caught. It looks like it is trying to get a number on that player as he's down to the 20-yard line. A beautiful play there. It's Parker Sell on the reception as he was wide open out of the tight end spot. 3:01 to go now. Rams moving the ball. 1st and 10 from the 21.
That's almost just what they need to do, just those quick underneath passes that are
Carr back to pass. Pressure coming. And Carr's going to he's going to shake off a tackler. Now he's sacked. Back at the 30-yard line, a loss of 9 yards on the play. Finally, Bishop Heelan able to slow down this momentum, and the clock is running. Rams are going to need to move quickly with 2:45 to go in the game. Carr takes the snap, spikes it. Spikes it.
They might be playing for
So they spike it. They lose it down. That's a questionable call there because now all of a sudden instead of 2nd and 19, you have 3rd and 19, and all it did was save you a few seconds.
They must be playing for the score on this, a score or bust.
Carr quickly up to the line, fumbled the snap, now gets it back. Pressure coming, he eludes the pressure, now fires deep down the middle, and it's incomplete. John Palmer, the intended receiver. Fans want a flag, but it looked like Palmer might have flopped a little bit there. There wasn't a lot of contact as the pass was incomplete, and now we have a 4th down and 19. This could be the game here with 2:33 to go.
Calm down there, Chris Bosch.
Chris Bosch, James Harden, the ultimate floppers in the game. Not going to call out Palmer there, but it looks like he might have been a little dramatic. Here, 4th down and 19 for Carr. Pressure's coming. Carr hit as he throws down across the middle, and it's swatted away. Incomplete. A nice play there from number 4, Michael Risk, and that will be a turnover on down. So the Rams with a little life late in the game, but stall out inside Heelan territory, and now the Crusaders will take over they will take over at their own 30-yard line with 2:27 to go.
And watching the offense come off the field, everyone else has about the same body language except for Zach Carr. He's the one you could tell the most visible frustration. He wanted this win.
And he played his heart out. You have to give, I'm saying, even though it's a loss, players of the game, Carr and this entire defense, they've just been making plays all night. It just was not Glenwood's night in the turnover battle.
You almost want to give Carr an unsung hero award for his efforts trying to will his offense despite all the turnovers that have happened collectively among all the players.
So he went back to pass. They're going to go deep here, incomplete. I don't know really what they're doing. They could just run this clock out, but instead they throw it deep, and it's incomplete. So now 2:22 to go in the game, and that'll bring up second down for the Crusaders from their own 30.
Well, we have the Bishop Heelan crew to the right of us on the other side of the press box doing the game. Wonder if maybe they'll talk to the coach and kind of eavesdrop and see what happens, but may just pack up and go, all right.
2:20 to go in the game. 21-7 lead for Heelan. They have a 2nd and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Trying to put this game on ice. Hoke takes the snap up the middle to Schiltz. Schiltz fighting forward down to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 or 4 on the play. And that will bring up third down, and they're going to call a timeout. Looks like the Rams will take their first timeout of the second half.
Really just a timeout to hope you can do something. But depending on what happens, it's almost hard to put into words. I'm trying to think of something to say, but
there's an obvious cause to this loss, and it's just they cannot turn the ball over like that. They cannot have those penalties, and they cannot be so They have to clean things. If they going on in the season, they have to clean things up. I mean, that's just inevitable. You can't avoid the fact that they have to, just go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what do we need to do to practice ball security, to practice long snapping, to practice shotgun snapping? They just have to clean those things up. Their plays are working when they don't turn the ball over. Their defense is just absolutely fantastic. There's no improvement to be done there. I mean, they've held this Heelan offense to 21 points despite being on the field for almost 80 plays. So now 3rd and 7, handoff up the middle. This is Schiltz. Schiltz has a first down across the 40, and he slips some more tackles. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Schiltz all the way down, and he's finally tripped up at the 5-yard line, but there's a flag down back at about midfield, so we'll see what that is. Could be a block in the back.
For how late that flag was, I'd say block in the back, so this is coming back. So
what a run there from Tommy Schiltz. Boy, does that man have speed.
That you can tell that's the run he's been wanting all night.
So that play took about 20 seconds. Ram fans starting to clear out as it will be an illegal block in the back. So as we thought, that play will be called back. So now it will be 3rd down and long here it'll actually be a first down. So it's a spot foul. So, it's not a big long gain, but really the Rams don't gain much from it because it's still a first down. And Heelan will continue to move the ball as they will have 1st down and 10 from their own 42.
For how this game has gone, you're almost happy that we're here in Glenwood. If we go up to Sioux City, I think it's even
a long ride home and all that. So a handoff now to Schiltz once again. Schiltz once again spinning tackles, breaking tackles, and now a timeout from Coach Fost with 1:43 to go in the game. A gain of about 3 or 4 yards on the play there from Schiltz. We'll bring down a 2nd and a medium yardage here as more Ram fans continue to walk down the stairs here at Ram Memorial Field.
Might be getting my numbers mixed up, but it may have looked like Dante Walker was the one on that last run. Looks like
could have been.
They've been rotating Walker in a lot more, and so maybe after that last run was probably.
Yeah, Schiltz could have been winded after running 60 yards. They might have brought in Walker on that one.
And you have your workhorse back. You don't want to burn him out with under 2 minutes.
Kind of in garbage time, I know what you mean. So 1:43 to go. Rams down to 1 timeout. 21-7, Elon leads Glenwood.
You can only imagine what practice is going to be like through this entire week. And you hope that something can happen in practice, or at least between now and the next game, where something happens where they get a fire lit, so that way morale isn't down, kind of like it is now with just how, not really how much the Crusaders have imposed their will, it's more of just the dumb mistakes done by yourself. Shooting yourself in the foot, that's probably the best description of this game.
2nd and 6, handoff this time. This time it is Schiltz down across the 50. He has another big run, 45, 35, 30, and he's finally dragged out of bounds at the 28-yard line. So Schiltz with a big run there. And we've been seeing lightning out to this kind of the northeast of us lately. Probably this entire second half we've been seeing it, but there's been no stoppage of play. Remember, the rule in Iowa high school football is if it's within 6 miles, I believe you said.
6 to 10 miles.
6 to 10 miles that they have to delay the game. It must be pretty far off.
Yeah,
let's pull up the radar here.
Yeah, looking at the radar to the Omaha North National Weather Service site. The storm we're seeing is cleared up by Atlantic, but there's some more stuff southeast Lincoln and Waverly that's coming our way. So that's probably the stuff that they thought was going to be coming a lot earlier. Why we moved this game up tonight, because this was moved up. It was supposed to be played
at
30
minutes. Yep. So now the handoff up the middle. That looked like Walker on the carry there. No gain on the play.
Yeah, it took me about 2 minutes to put 2 and 2 together that they were moving this game up because of weather. The contact for GlobeSports.com, who was the person I talked to last when I was doing this, Kevin Tucker, so asked me to be here at 6:30. I'm like, okay. More prep time. Whatever works. Then I get here, I'm like, oh wait, probably weather related.
Able to avoid the weather though.
Yeah. It's not like it is with baseball where you move up your varsity game up to where the.
So now Helam will just kneel as the Rams. Looks like they're just going to throw in the towel. They're not going to bother calling that last time out. Helam crowd on their feet. Rams crowd on their feet as well. But the Ram crowd on their feet for a different reason as they're headed out of the building. Helam giving their players a standing ovation here as they will take one more knee to end this game.
Ram fan on their feet to go see who's still playing on ESPN right now. We're going to let this clock wind down to probably here, seeing as they won't have to take another snap. And we're starting to see some players, at least one, kind of go up to the front of the line and say something to some of his teammates.
So that will do it, folks. A turnover-ridden battle between Helan and Glenwood sees the Crusaders of Bishop Helan take a 21-7 win here in Glenwood as the Rams fall up to a record of 1-1. Glenwood able to fight on defense, but they were not able to get the win here tonight. We're going to take a quick break, then we'll be back for a quick recap here on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com, or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at glenwoodstatebank.com or give them a call at 712-527-3157. Looking for a spot to store all your goods? Well, contact Iowa Storage here in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood Iowa Storage is located at 50619 220th Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. They offer multiple sizes of storage units along with outdoor concrete storage. Give them a call today at 712-527-3311 and reserve your unit today at Iowa Storage. Are you in need of a new or used vehicle? Then head over to Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Take the new bridge over and talk with Glenwood's Dave Wilson at 402-296-3210 for your next new or used vehicle. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is located in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. No matter who you are, they have your car at Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Check out their line of vehicles and more at jeffhenrychevrolet.com. Jim Hughes Real Estate is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 410 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking to buy, sell, or rent a house? Well, look no further than Glenwood's very own Jim Hughes Real Estate. You can contact Jim Hughes Real Estate at 712-527-3114 or visit their website at jimhughesrealestate.com. Looking for a place to get your dog groomed? Well, stop by Sharp Street Groomers, located at 102 South Walnut here on the town square in Glenwood, Iowa. Sharp Street Groomers is a place for your dog to get pampered. Whether your dog needs nail trim, bath, cut, or furminated, stop by or give them a call at 712-527-5553. Sharp Street Groomers, we take all shapes and sizes. State Farm Insurance with Marty Stavas is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. State Farm Insurance is located at 10 North Locust here in Glenwood, Iowa. State Farm Insurance offers auto, home, life, and renters insurance. You can give them a call at 712-527-5480 or check out their website at statefarm.com. Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at glenwoodstatebank.com or give them a call at 712.
GlenwoodSports.com, little post-game action here. for the Rams. Rams suffer a 21-7 loss to Bishop Heelan at home. Roughly 7 or 8 turnovers for Glenwood tonight. Zach, it was just an ugly game. Talking to the coaches up here in the box, they had no denying that they had to clean up some stuff before next week.
Yeah, got work to do the entire week, and just the coaches coming down. You could tell they kind of looks on their faces, just what was that?
Yep.
And one of them even mentioned that's the
most frustrating game he's ever watched. Yeah. Yeah. So
plenty of those.
So the Rams, like I said, fall to Sioux City Heelan 21-7 in this non-district competition. They will be home here once again next week against against Kemper Catholic. Against the 2A Knights. We'll get you a score on that, on what they did this week. They were ranked 10th in 2A, so, the Rams, no rest for the weary. They have another team coming in here looking to knock them off. And like we said, they have to clean some stuff up because they don't have any easy opponents coming up.
No, they don't. Just watching Coach Foss, come off the field, looks like he talked to a couple players, maybe some captains. They come off the field. Might be able to see him come on the screen here. But despite what the score was and mention of the turnovers, we still have to give major props to the defense for what they did to keep the score from getting exponentially worse than what it could have been. Especially, usually you give player of the game to a one game, but can we just give player of the game to the entire defense?
I would agree with you there. They just, to have 9, 8, like we said, we don't have an official number because we're not fancy enough to have official stats coming into us, right away, but roughly 7 or 8 turnovers for the Rams to only lose that game by 14 points and to only allow 21 points to a Heelan offense that obviously had some weapons. Just all props to that defense. There's not much more you could ask from them. It was just purely a loss on the offensive side and on the special team side for the Rams.
And also, something I want to do is, this is drawing inspiration from broadcasts I used to be part of. With Creighton, they like to do unsung heroes with their broadcasts, which are guys who weren't players of the game, but they still contributed, and we definitely have to give that to Zach Carr for how much he just tried to will his guys to that win, but unfortunately just got to a point where even no matter what he can do, his just body gave out.
Yep, just absolute effort, just a full-on effort from Zach Carr. Very impressed with him tonight. Just, this is his second game as a Glenwood quarterback in his entire career. Last year he played cornerback, defensive back for the Rams. In his sophomore season, he came from West Des Moines Valley his freshman year. He supposedly had some experience under center, for the Valley Tigers up there in Des Moines. But that I can't imagine that was any comparison to a varsity 3A level quarterback. And for him to step in and make that effort at only a second game of quarterback, I thought that was very, very impressive tonight.
And the only thing really you can say is, for how bad everything was, and we gave our props to defense and Zach Carr, the only way to go is up. Mm-hmm. You hope that this is your low point.
Yep.
You hope that this is the point where you bottom out and everyone figures out what they need to do, or at least not get close to figuring out what the solution is, and do better next week when we come to Kemper. Because Kemper, let's face it, it's not going to be an easy team.
Yeah, they're not going to lay down. And like I said, Kemper has been in and out of the top 10 in 2A the past couple of years. They were ranked 10th preseason. Not exactly sure if they're still in the top 10 in 2A after that win last week against St. Albert. We'll get you a score on what they did tonight later on. But the Rams, like I said, no rest for the weary. They have to host Kemper next week right here. And I believe you and I will be on the call, GlenwoodSports.com.
Yep, I'll be here.
Next week. So stay tuned for that one if you can't make it. But come down to the Rams need your support more than ever, because it's easy to be a fan when they're winning, but it's also it's really hard to be a fan when they lose. So you have to make sure that you're a fan of both times. So come down to Glenwood, to Ram Memorial Field, support your Rams next week. They will be here against Kemper. If you absolutely cannot make it to that game, we will have the call here on GlenwoodSports.com. Zach, any final words?
Like I said, only way to go is up, and hopefully next week they get things figured out. Because really, one of the things that's coming here tonight, I was expecting to see Flex Bones, Georgia Tech style offense, and you mentioned there was that split backfield. We saw a lot of that. So maybe they just needed a couple. Hopefully it's just this is where they get everything figured out. They figured out how to run the system, or maybe they make modifications to the system, because there's at times when they use that shotgun snap. They did really good.
Exactly.
That jet sweep really worked for them occasionally.
Yep. So some good things to take away from this game. Obviously, a lot of bad ones, but the Rams once again fall 21-7 to Bishop Heelan here at home. They're 1-1 on the season now, and they will take on Kemper right here on GlenwoodSports.com here at Ram Memorial Field a week from tonight. So for Zach Blunt, I am Nick Stavas signing off on GlenwoodSports.com. Thanks for joining us.